Ah, I think we're. Damn it. Yeah, it didn't give me the thing. Oh, for crying out loud. I know. Yeah. It wouldn't be earworms if it wasn't for like a lot of screw ups and everything going wrong. All right, folks. Well, we're here, and tonight we're doing an episode of UFO, the British TV series. Um, we did one, episode one, the first broadcasted episode, but also the first one really for the story, set it all up. That one's called Identified. And then tonight, our dear friend Istophobos recommended that we go to episode 21 to preserve some, a logical viewing order. And that episode's called Computer Affair, and it deals with the subject of decision making by computers or humans. Which one? Either or, and when. Really good episode. Great for the development of characters. So we'll see. Let me get my colleagues up here. Yeah, I think we'll start with, let's see, this one. From Psyche Opera, we have the Psyche in Psyche Opera. Good evening, Liza.
Hello, hello.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Yeah, still, I see you have a new avatar tonight.
Yep, this is a picture from Cyborgs Are Dancing.
Yes.
Yes.
When you were Chief Cyborg.
Yes, with the blue hair to match today's theme.
Yeah, well, that's purple, but I don't know. You could branch
Close
out.
enough. Close enough. I don't have a purple wig. Brown Archer Colin.
Well, we might as well bring this guy up since he likes to talk when the audience can't hear him. So let's get him up here so that they can. of our Colin.
Jeez.
What do you have in the background? Some mariachi band?
God.
What?
I heard some music.
Yeah, that was very, very loud.
I can't control the volume of the
I
video
literally ended up
stabs.
pulling up. I literally just went, ah! I think at one point I had my headphones about 2 inches each from my ears, and I could still hear it. Now, all I was saying is it might just be simply because because I'm looking at a small.
Colin, I'm just playing with you, but it is my only it is my only blue wig. Wish I did have a purple one.
Well, we gotta at least pay homage to the fact that the audience, the chat, is only going to let you get away with one. That only counts as one, Colin.
Yes.
You may be a good marksman, but only 1 point there. And usually when you see ones in the chat, it means something else, but who knows? Anyway, let's bring our other panelists for tonight up. Let's get the right video if I can. Nope, wrong one. Hey, Jill, good to see you in the chat there. Is this it? Is it? Yeah, I just...
Wrong one again.
Oh.
Yep.
One rabbit stew coming right up. Look. Jesus Christ! I warned you.
Hello.
Hey, guys. You know, it was funny in watching this episode. It really shows you the importance of maintaining the order of your episodes, and it highlights the disservice they gave to the show by holding this one back for so long in the season, because there's a lot going on here.
Yeah, 21. But since I've been viewing in the order that you guys provide now, this did seem to logically follow. I don't have a comparison because I'm still watching the series, but it seemed to logically follow the first episode identified.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
There's also the fact that if I remember right, the bit that I closed my eyes for is the bit that appears in the credit titles. Was in this scene, the bit with where they moving the eye protector.
Oh, that was in.
That was in the first one, yeah.
That was in the first one. Was okay. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, and remember they reuse a lot of the sequence shots because.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking that that's the kind of things in the if that's in the credit titles rather than this episode things. You know, usually that's something that happens quite early on in the season.
Well, the theme goes so fast you can't tell what's in what episode because they make it so fast. And here we go. Here's our thumbnail. We might as well get into it. And this is probably the earliest start we've had yet, where we actually start talking about the subject of the evening. Tonight, you guys in the chat get to have Mike Gorley join you. He's there on the left in the thumbnail. Every week it's getting closer and closer to a mountain hawk, but he's going to be in the chat with you all tonight. And so let us move on to our episode here.
Mr. Brown says your mic is a little low.
Is it low? Okay. Then we need to turn this up. How about that? Is that better? Tonight, I'm using a different mic. I'm using a headset tonight. It's going to sound a little different, but I'm rewiring the studio a bit, and this is what I have to go with tonight. So, but as long as it's loud enough that people can hear me, I guess people will forgive the fact that it sounds a little boxy. Sounds a little bit too much like a sports event.
So, we're doing UFO, not Battlestar Galactica. What are you talking about, boxy?
Well, yeah. Boxy. It's an audio term for sounding like you're in a box. Oh, right.
Excuse Jane Seymour. Right, sorry.
Jane Seymour. All right. So anyway, this is how we start. And what is the name of the red jet? I forget.
Oh, the moon orbiter, the moon lander. Yeah. The
Okay.
lunar, I think that's the lunar. Well, the part that comes out is the
Yeah, the
lunar
part that comes
orbiter.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, is the lunar orbiter. I just
Shuttle
forget what the
something.
name with the full jet is. But anyway, really cool, because if you're not paying attention, this might go by you, but this thing lifts off vertically, which is very nice. You don't need to bother with those landing strips and runways.
It's very Thunderbirds-esque, and I
Yeah.
just they put a lot of detail into the function of these things. So right, the orbiter is what shuttles them back and forth to the moon, but you have to take it up past the main part of the gravity well before it can do its thing. It's just, especially for this time, we only recently had made it to the moon, so they know what they're doing.
Well, there's definitely echoes of Zero X there, but also for anyone who are old enough to remember, the old images of the space shuttle on the back of a jumbo jet.
Oh, yeah.
Very similar. Well, indeed, in fact, the same idea. Literally lifted up on a lifting body. In this case, it's a dedicated lifting body. And then
Yeah.
you say releasing the upper atmosphere.
And we're going to see what Istophobos was talking about before, because once it gets into flight, you do hear the radios announcing this. There you go. You got a slide out lunar.
Do you know, looking at
orbiter.
that, I actually wonder if that model is a converted Thunderbird 2.
Could have been.
I mean, because the tails look similar, even with the twos on it. I don't know. Maybe not, but
Well, maybe Swappers knows. What is Swappers saying there? Anyone see that for me? My slide controls are right on top of the chat, so I can't see it.
I think they're different enough that, it's certainly the same model builders that came out of the same shop.
oh,
but
definitely, yeah.
It's just different enough. But all of that stuff is sort of cobbled together from various pieces and molds. So, at what point does it become the lander instead of a Thunderbirds? I don't know, halfway through.
Yeah. So
That-
anyway,
and again, that's Thunderbird, very, very Thunderbird 3, Thunderbird 5. Now you've mentioned Thunderbirds.
and the number on it is 2, so that means there's another one, probably.
Yeah, what gets me is how much Thunderbird 2 looks like Ship from Futurama. They're basically the same ship there.
Yeah.
And look at that. There we go. So, well, the lunar orbiter seems to
Buggy.
detach in the atmosphere.
So
And
it's a lunar. It's a lunar orbiter a baby Lex?
No.
It's got that sort of. It's got that sort of buggy.
we got the chemistry going already between Istophobos and Archer Collin here. All right, and then we have our lunar orbiter trying to achieve orbit. It's heading on over there, and we know who's in here. Well, at least we find out very shortly, but it's Mr. Alec Freeman is hitch a ride. He gets to ride on all the cool things. Straker sends him around to just about everything. But there we go, heading to the moon. The moon has not departed the solar system yet. It's not 1999 yet.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
coming.
It's still there.
Well, it's interesting that you can, like, the canopy in the front of this thing look a lot like some of the early Bell X experimental jets they were using to break the sound barrier.
Hmm.
It's kind of a sleek design, but they kind of are nose heavy, and they have the canopy like more up front than you see in other jets.
Yeah, and it is shaped to create lift. So that is nice that they have a bump like that, and it basically is almost shaped like a wing.
Huh?
Yeah. And it's starting to right itself now. But we do get a quick flash over here to Moonbase Alpha, where I believe this is first name's Gay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Gay Ellis.
Yep. She is getting ready to receive Mr. Freeman. And there she is walking along. She looks more comfortable on Moonbase than she does on Earth, which we'll see later. But now it's starting to get erect so that it can land down here.
Her uniform really suits her. She looks good in purple and silver. So
yep. And there we go. So Alec has departed, and he goes into the command center. And one thing I like about this episode, especially with what's coming up later, is they do show him being a people person. As soon as he gets on Moonbase, he's walking around. He knows everyone by name, and he's asking them how they're doing.
Yeah, he's very much the contrast to Straker.
Yep.
Who is not, and you'll find out with subsequent episodes, he is very not a people person. But he understands and recognizes the value.
Yeah, today in Liza's afternoon stream, there's a cigar box guitar builder in Wales, goes by the name of Liesel, and she was commenting when we said that we're doing this tonight. She says, "I don't like that guy." Yeah, she doesn't.
I don't like him either. No. Who likes Stryker? I don't know. I mean, does anyone like Stryker in the chat?
Well, initially Freeman was supposed to kind of be the male lead and the, I guess, heartthrob character, but after a few episodes, they're making it. They realized they really needed somebody younger, and that's when they brought, as you can see on my avatar, that's when they brought Captain in. So.
Yeah, but since I haven't been, I don't know the other episodes yet. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing why everyone seems to have some feelings for Straker. I mean, yeah, Liza doesn't like him already, but and I must say that I don't know. Maybe he has lots of responsibility, and that's why he's the way he is.
No, he's like a bad boss.
Well, he went through, as we saw in the pilot episode, he kind of went through some pretty serious trauma as well after being, a colonel in the U.S. Air Force.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was attacked and presumably injured. All the other people with him were killed, and he was given a really singular mission with great responsibility, and, he felt honor bound to take it, but I'm sure he wasn't happy about it. I think you'll see in some flashbacks and other episodes, he wasn't always like this.
Okay. Well, it'll be an interesting mystery unfolding.
I don't know. So many of them within SHADO have got military ranks, officer ranks, in fact, only. But you very rarely seem to see them wear anything in the way of a uniform.
Well, Straker needs to be incognito because he's really a film producer on the surface.
But one thing is it's one of these weird things. It's almost like they've got the military ranks for convenience rather than being a military organisation. I think it's almost a paramilitary in some ways.
Yeah, they're linked to the military because they do call like in this episode, they called the Air Force and made sure that they would give them passage and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a covert operation that seems to be run between the UK and the US and maybe some other Western countries.
Yeah, like any quasi-military organization, they still maintain the hierarchical structure of militaries, but they're often less formal than you are in the official. So
quasi-military, that's the word I was looking for, thanks. Not paramilitary, quasi-military.
Kind of like what Starfleet is.
Oh. Well, you see them walking and talking here. He's getting to know Ellis. Well, not getting to know Ellis. He's getting a status report, sort of, but he seems to be just as concerned about, how she's doing as a person.
How well a uniform is fitting in that particular shot.
Well, yeah. And then we have another gentleman here who, you know, they're just talking back and forth, and you get some of the banter up there. It looks like things are more relaxed up there on Moonbase.
Yeah.
You know? I forget exactly what the conversation is, but it's going to become more heated soon. Well, not heated, but more tense soon, because we get an announcement here from the chief computer of the SHADO.
Sid.
Yep. Sid Barrett.
Maybe
Sid Vicious.
I can point out here just how much heavy lifting the music throughout this episode is doing. Like, it maintains the UFO theme, but they arrange it differently. So it lets you know when tension is coming, and it'll move to that fast paced dun dun dun. And then when you can kick back a little bit, it'll start the jazz swingy dun 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 dun.
Yep.
And you know, the moods of the scenes can switch, you know, fairly quickly. And the music is there to sort of help you know what's going on. And it feels like they don't put that kind of thought into TV these days, except for Landman.
No, Barry Gray was a great composer.
I think I must have had for some reason, I had my editor's critical head on, because I'm thinking, why do you keep calling them UFOs? You know what they are. And I mean, unfortunately, it's ridiculous that maybe because I hadn't actually watched the show for a while.
Well, they don't call them UFOs. They call them UFOs because at the time, you know, I guess I've always heard it both ways up until some point where I get it's like GIF and GIF for the computer image file. I used to hear it always about 50-50, and then one day something takes over. It's like Betamax versus VHS. So in 1970, I heard people call them UFOs probably more than UFO, because that's a mouthful. It's
one of the ironies of the show that it's called UFO or UFO. Yeah, the very first episode is called Identified. They're not unidentified.
Well, did you catch you know, even the computer affair? The title of the episode is doing some heavy lifting and a bit of a pun here, because it has multiple meanings as well.
Oh yeah, indeed.
Don't spoil it. Here we go. So anyway, we get an announcement of a yellow alert. And there we go. There's our background for tonight. The inside of this, the computer mind. And I'm going to mention it later when the scene kind of presents it, but there was something in episode 1 that may have foreshadowed this. But here we go. The radar is scanning, and they have a yellow alert, which means they're about ready to launch. They're getting ready to launch. When it goes red alert, then they actually do. They're watching for something, basically another UFO, and Alex like, good timing.
And you knew it was coming because the tempo and the music just kicked up a notch right before they announced that. So
I just wanted to check here. Yeah, she is purple, but when she gets to Earth, she does go brown.
Yep. But she's still in a wig until the very end, which is weird, I thought.
Yeah, I noticed there's an odd change in hair and hair so white at the end.
Well, in the end, she's not wearing any of the accoutrements of her office. She's basically in no makeup. Nothing at all. She's still very cute, but definitely looks different.
Yeah.
Well, here she is, and just next to her is Bradley. He's going to be featured heavily in the episode. And they get, I guess, the announcement that there's a UFO in the area, and I think it's red alert time now because guys are jumping into tubes.
Yeah, so, you don't have the slide for it, but something happens right here that never happens in any other episode again, and never happened before if you were watching, which is she actually hands Bradley his helmet and wishes him luck, and that's another bit of foreshadowing for what's about to happen.
All right. Well, I guess I missed that. Wow. Must have been real quick.
Adam Gray, welcome.
Hello, Adam. No,
sorry.
Hello, Adam.
No, there is so much subtext that happens in this show. I would say only half of the story is conveyed through dialogue, and what's happening, and you really have to pay attention to keep up with what things are going. And it's a shame, sometimes the execution is a little, I guess, say unsophisticated compared to the science fiction we're used to, especially during the battle, which we're about to see. But the show does a great job of requiring your attention and to follow what's really happening.
Because Alec, you actually see Alec notice the helmet as well, don't you?
We see him here kind of, this is when she's about to walk out of the room and attend to her station, and he watches her. So he obviously noticed something. I guess it was the helmet.
Yeah, Archer was right. They show him making a quick glance when she does that, and and the look on the expression on his face is perfect. He's like, what the?
Well, they snuck it past me. Well, but there we go.
Well,
so we missed the thing where she hands the helmet to Bradley. He's one of the three sliding in the tubes to the interceptors, and Alec noticed because he watches her on her way out.
Well, to be fair, I've been watching the show for 55 years and have probably rewatched each episode dozens of times. So. Don't feel bad if anything slips by. I'm noticing stuff I've never noticed in any of my subsequent viewings myself.
So it was not permitted for women and men working in the same department to get together?
Well, they don't say. It just comes up in the analysis later. The psychological analysis that they did later indicates that maybe her decision-making was affected, or their decision-making was affected by their emotions. And they kind of leave it at that. And they don't really announce a policy. But one would assume in an organization like this, you're probably not allowed to get attached, but they seem to allow them to dress skimpily,
No, they're allowed to get attached. It's very strongly implied at the end of the episode, but it's something you have to notify HR about, which is what a lot of companies in the military do now. So that's what he was doing is he was, doing what he had to do. It's not okay to sneak around behind management, I think is the point.
Because what that should then do, presumably, then would be move one of them.
I mean, they wouldn't be hiding it if it wasn't looked down upon. But then again, look at the women's uniforms. What do you expect?
Yeah, but the point was they weren't hiding anything.
We're getting ahead of a flirt too. I think the point is, I guess you got to tell HR, but you also can't let it break protocol, and that's when we get to the decision making that she does later on Earth. Then we can really get into it a little bit more. I think. Yeah,
really. We're only in episode 2, and Alex has already hit on like 3 women. So it's not. It would be weird if it wasn't allowed at all.
Who do you think he is, Kirk?
Well, he's upper management. He thinks he can do whatever he wants.
Well, he was supposed to kind of be Kirk originally. That is the point.
I believe it. But I think the thing is, it's like with any other organization, because we only sort of see a few people from SHADO, but the problem isn't relationships. The problem is relationships within a chain of command where that might affect the chain, which is why if you have that sort of relationship, you would get one or the other would be moved out of that chain of command.
Right.
So that so that there would be no unfair pressures on either on the senior member in the chain of command.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the sort of thing that she said. Why go to HR with that sort of thing?
Yeah, except they both keep their position after it. I think it's just something you need to be aware of and let management know so they can look for any abnormalities and irregularities.
Well, anyway. Before us, we have the interceptors taking off. But, there's Bradley suited up, ready to go. And they're getting ready to launch. But, this stuff, I mean, even though it's older, it still pretty much looks good. But then again, maybe it's because I grew up with some of this.
There's the other part that we haven't seen yet. First time I looked at him, I thought, okay, I started calling him Discount David McCallum.
All right.
When I just looked, I thought, yep, that definitely looks like young David McCallum.
Mm-hmm. Computer affair. And they have a computer on screen while they show it. All right. So anyway, I remember back in episode 1, this guy here, you said Sid
That's
made a mistake in episode 1 that they had confirmed, and Ellis said, no, we have a miss. I think it confirmed a hit when there wasn't one. And so this is a pretty good follow-up, because that would be something people might remember. And anyway, here we go. Ed Bishop and his counterpart.
Yeah, SID stands for Space Intruder Detector, I think. That's the...
Sounds about right, yeah.
So I decided to get a little bit of the cast here. Gabrielle Duroc, or Drake.
Drake.
Duroc.
Yeah, your mind is in Babylon 5.
Yeah, from what I heard, and she was a very popular UK television actress at the time.
Yeah.
We don't really see a lot of her here, which is a shame.
Yeah, and the Andersons, with Reg. Reg did the directing in this episode, and teleplay. I was going to say Tony Braxton. No, Tony Barwick.
Kindred Spirit, Eraserhead.
Yeah.
Yes.
I rest my case.
I really think that the takeaway from this episode should have really been is, maybe you guys need to carry a reload, because as somebody said in the chat, one shot wonders. I mean, I love the ship design; it looks cool, but even the damn submarine has multiple ammunitions and weapons. So,
or at the very least, don't shoot all 3 missiles. The only 3 missiles you got at the same time.
Well, they were one after the other, but they were right after each other.
Yeah,
pretty much.
They fire as a salvo, but fine. But that means if someone gets through, it's got through.
Yeah, and okay, there's all sorts of stuff going back and forth here. Now, wait a minute. Did she get away? Oh, is that purple?
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah. All right. Just making sure that they're all united.
Yeah, all of the Moonbase women wear purple wigs on the Moonbase.
Yeah.
It's the uniform.
It's just the thing to do on the moon.
Well, remember, this was the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Well, from a practical standpoint, it saves you work from having to do your hair.
So would shaving yourself bald, though. So
still red alert.
The Egyptians did that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But then your head would get cold.
Not in Egypt.
It may actually be that the reason is that the wigs are slightly heavier, so that they don't float them out so much in 1/6 gravity as natural hair would.
Well, if they're stuck together, they wouldn't float around at all.
Yeah,
like I said, helmet. It's a helmet.
Yeah.
I think you're just searching for a practical reason for it.
We're nerds.
I think they just decided. We just think this looks cool.
Yeah. Sylvia Anderson designed it that way, but we're nerds. What'd you expect?
Yeah.
I think they had a stock load of purple wigs that they wanted to sell, and this was the best way to promote them.
Yeah.
Good theory, yes.
Yeah, the little triangular thing in the middle is, I could do without that. Although it looks better than it just, if the bangs were cut just straight across, actually it would look worse.
No bangs would have been better.
Yeah, she's not wrong. Like, bangs are one of those things that will eternally baffle men. But the point is, I'll leave it there.
And there's
especially when you call it bangs and we would call it just a fringe.
Yeah, a friend of the channel used to point out. She would say, "Those aren't bangs. That's a cry for help."
Yeah.
Well, he doesn't have bangs, Bradley, and he's heading off there to the Wild Blue yonder. And the interceptors are on the way. The one-hit wonders, yeah. Oh,
calling it the Wild Black Yonder would really be thematic with the episode.
Yeah. Taken off. 3 in total leave.
So, Flav, are you saying that anything can happen in the next half hour then?
Anything can happen. So anyway, one thing I do want and Liza, take a look at the chat to get his response. I want to check with Flab because I remember a couple of weeks ago, in the voting and stuff for different episodes and things that we're going to do coming up, I know he mentioned Genesis. So since Mike is going to be in Ohio next week, I think the Friday show where we do music, 7 p.m. Eastern, right before we end When B-Sides begins with Adam Gray and company. And I think this Friday, since I don't want to do King Crimson until Mike's back. So I think this Friday we might do Genesis instead. I think that's what Flav was asking for a few weeks back. Either that or he was asking for Genesis of the Daleks. But as one of our channel members, I would like to give Flav either Genesis of the Daleks.
Oh, definitely it was
Genesis
Daleks.
real soon.
No, it was the Daleks.
Oh, really?
I remember. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay. We just might be doing that next week.
Quite possibly the best scene in 65 years of Doctor Who.
Lovely. Yes.
Yeah,
Almost.
that storyline will trigger British nerds extremely to an extreme degree.
Confirmed. It was Daleks.
Oh, okay. All right. But we'll still save King Crimson till Mike's back. So we'll see what we're going to do Friday. Probably Genesis. Or...
Now all I can hear is Ricardo Montalban going, Genesis.
Yes, I was thinking that exact thing.
No, the other guy, the
Planet
guy,
Forbidden.
the guy in the bar, Planet Forbidden. Yeah, the guy with McCoy. I don't care. McCoy, man, when he had Spock's brains in him, he was mean.
Yeah, he's like, Genesis, it may be Planet Forbidden, but I forgot the rest of it, but it's some police comes over to him. It's like, you better keep your voice down, sir. I love that scene. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have to do Star Trek 3.
Yes.
So I like the big red screen. Go ahead, Ist.
Oh, no. That's just friend of the channel. That's coming up on Trev's very soon. He's going through all the Star Trek movies. So.
Oh, that doesn't mean we can't do it here.
I know. I'm just giving you a heads up.
I bet he isn't doing 5. Can we do 5?
He's doing 5.
Oh, no.
But it doesn't mean you can or, just...
Because you won't hear what Liza's take is, and she has these memorized, man.
The Star Trek 5, man, it's memorized, yeah.
Yeah, she has those lines memorized.
Yes.
You also have the option of, asking him to come on that show if you wanted, since there's so much cross-pollination in the audiences.
Yeah, I know.
There is.
Yeah, but, sometimes you just need a little bit of room. I mean, we could do it later. People will forget after a few months. Seems to happen to me.
Oh, I don't even remember what we talked about last week. Are you kidding? You just need a day.
Yeah.
Oh, who do we have here?
Not Z3PO.
Not Z3PO. Well, the avatar is slightly different.
Oh, Mike says Star Trek 3, yes. And yep. You better wait for me to do it, though. And to do
Well,
King
I'm
Crimson.
waiting especially for King Crimson.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do something else this Friday because Mike's going to be in Ohio next Friday.
Yes.
So we'll do something other than King Crimson because Mike has spent so much time in the Hall of the Crimson King. It's not even funny. But
Is that a euphemism for being high as balls?
I don't know, Mike. Is it?
Well, not these days. Mike has a job that forbids it.
Yeah, and back in the day, I too spent a lot of time in that hall. So just saying.
But anyway, here we go. We are just going through these, and there they are, flying in formation, off to get this little guy. You'd think they'd have the upper hand.
Well, this is one of those things where they do until the plot requires them not to. As I said, sometimes the execution of the situation lacks a bit of sophistication, and like old Doctor Who, you use your imagination to fill in the blanks.
Right.
Yeah.
But they still they create a very they do it well enough with what they're giving as far as the situation they're trying to set up. But that requires a miss and a collision. So
Oh, and since Jill's in the chat, she was a little burned out this week. Otherwise, she said she would have joined us. But on Tuesdays, last Tuesday I had a great opportunity to join her for a Twilight Zone stream. They're Tuesdays. She calls it 11 a.m. Central, but it's really 12 noon Eastern.
Yeah.
Same time. But basically, if you guys want to check out her channel,
No, it's
this
5
coming
a.m.
Tuesday,
5
you'll
GMT.
get another
It's 2
Twilight
GMT.
Zone episode, and she does a great job with those.
Lawrence, Jill says that Trev is not doing Star Trek 5. We have
okay.
niche. We have it.
There you go. They were in the DMing group. I thought they were doing them all, but
I
sorry,
can't
my
follow
bad.
the group. There's just too many things there, and I'm not. I only do brief passes by of X.
Also, I'm missing a lot of chats from that changeover to the new chat. Like, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't even show up for me. So,
yeah, the new chat.
That doesn't even work on my computer. I have to watch it on the phone or my laptop because that doesn't. I just can't get any of the new chats up, which is annoying because that's where I get the link for one of the streams I do.
Well, those are 3 little missile launches there, folks, and then we get to see the missiles just kind of blow up, hitting nothing, but they still blow up.
well, it looks exactly the same when they do hit something. So they only have a couple shots of this that they reuse. So
Yeah. Well, there we go. So the radar is showing the 3 interceptors and the target that's still there, folks, was not blown up. And it's time to get a little bit worried. They're checking with each other. It's still out there, isn't it? And they're like, yeah. And so she's not happy. And so they're kind of radioing back and forth, trying to get new coordinates. But it's like, you already blew your load. What are you going to do? Maybe I shouldn't have said it that way.
Well, they're looking for a new course, and like normally, even in aerial battles, which is what we have as an analogy to space battles, evasive action isn't something you need to ask command and control about. You would ask them for your new course, but in the meantime, the evasive action you would take is on your own. But they're actually asking her to give them specific courses for evasive action, since it was reported they're on a collision course with the UFO.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, for starters, so how big is a UFO? And B, I would have thought. I'm sitting there thinking, all you need to say is brake, and they should, as you said, exactly that. They should be trained to take an issue and actually move out of the way themselves.
Well, yeah, you would think they could look out the window or something, but I guess things are moving really fast. And if they're moving so fast, it doesn't matter how big they are. It'll still destroy you. But
they did seem to be quite close.
And they did say it's going at 0.8 or 0.6 the speed of light, which means that no human reflex could even possibly begin to account for what's going to happen. That's
yeah.
So it one said that's roughly 150,000 miles a second.
Yeah.
And at least they don't have campfires in space.
Yeah, that's the diameter of the Earth is only was it as 8,000 miles? So because it's 24 in circumference. So
okay, yeah.
Yeah, so if you're looking at 100, that's the moon is 250,000 miles away. So it would cover the Earth and the moon in approximately 4.5 seconds. That's how fast it's moving. You're not going to look out of the window and know what to do.
Yeah, fair point. But having said that, you think then, okay, but you've only got the one shot anyway. You might then think, it literally just occurred to me, just saying that, okay, shoot and move. You fire the missile, and then you move out of the way just in case.
Yeah, but they don't know where out of the way is. That's the point.
Yeah, this is fair. Yeah, that's a fair point, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, you can sort of see them spread out to one side, but yeah, that's a fair enough point, I suppose.
Yeah, as far as they know, they might be moving in the way. So that's why they're, you know, again, I think with the effects and technology we had today, they could do this in a way that was a little more clear, except it's clear enough if you pay attention. And that's one of the things I liked about the show. Yeah. You can't be on your phone and half-ass this.
No. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a little bit like 1970s original Battlestar Galactica. There's a few bits in there where you think, okay, but they're, you know, the astrophysics and the distances and speeds do seem a little bit, do you really mean that? But
well, I mean, yeah, at this point, they would need to be doing a lot of these calculations with it further away than it is, and it would probably be slowing down by this point, you know.
I thought so.
Yeah. But in any case, let's just proceed with what we have. The UFO then is like this, and then all of a sudden we get a boom. And that's one of the interceptors getting destroyed there. Now, it fired at them, right?
It must have done. I mean, I saw that and I was watching it.
Because the UFO then went to Earth.
Yeah,
so
that surprised me because I was watching it and I thought when it said it's on a collision course, I thought that Discount David McCullum had collided with it because it said it's on a collision course. You know, I'm thinking collision course, and it said in other episodes, we see them shoot. We know they can shoot. We know they can shoot at interceptors. We didn't see any shots, so I thought at first it had been destroyed.
Yeah, the implication is that it was a collision course. I just thought it, you know, kind of winged him, destroyed the ship, but it damaged the UFO, which is why, you know, it had to.
Yeah, because I didn't really see anything come out of it.
Yeah, this was a collision. It was just only one of the ships survived.
Glancing below.
And then had to do an emergency landing, yeah.
Yeah.
And still important to have that big red screen there.
Yeah, you know, there's I was just saying something about the moon and buoyancy. That's all I can think of.
Yeah.
Buoyancy?
Yeah, they seem to have a preferred body type for the ladies working on moon base. So.
Well, the gravity is less there.
Yeah, so you know, it certainly helps.
Well, anyway, Sid is cursing right now. No, actually, he's too polite of a computer to do that. But everyone's got grim faces because they know an interceptor was destroyed. And actually, this is back on Earth. Alec is back on Earth, and he has to give a report to Straker. And so I missed 2 video clips during that because no one told me that there was a number in the upper right corner.
I thought that was a very, very, very clever cut because you see that and you think he's on. You think that's on Moonbase, and then it's not. He's in Straker's office. I found that a very, very clever bit of photography.
That's the last slide of this set because I actually begin the next part of the story after, but. We do have here in my media pocket some videos to play that I missed because I often am too busy doing slide disc jockeying.
And again, there's a musical cue that helps you follow that they're doing a time cut and a mood cut and a location cut. So,
Indeed. So we're going to say goodbye to those slides, but before we move on, we have a little bit of video clippage here for you. And since we're not at those slides, we'll just see what it is. Oh, come on. There we go.
Predict interceptors in range 51 seconds.
Control to leader.
Get on board computer for the audio count.
Roger.
So they're using onboard computers. And so forth. But I guess the question here is just the decision making that she did afterwards. But
Just the other thing that occurred to me is several times in this thing, I'm thinking, why are you having 3 links in a chain of communications when you can have one? Why doesn't, for example, Sid, or at least the moon-based computer, relay the information direct to the pilots as well as rather than just relaying it to the operators,
Well,
and the operators then relay it by voice?
but that might be something Straker would go with. But we saw in episode 1 that Sid was wrong about something, and they needed to clarify it there at Moonbase. So I guess the idea is they use computers for data, getting reports, but the humans make the decisions. Which is good. You do want that.
It's not really obvious what happened here, but what happened here is that there were 3 ships in line, and she gave them their evasive courses, not exactly in the order. It's hard to tell, and then she didn't give them in the order the guy was asking for. So what you see is she told the guy who, from your perspective, was in a lesser amount of danger, where to evade first. So it's a little tricky. It's hard to make out what happened, and then it's even harder to make out that something happened wrong.
Okay.
But
so later when she has to do decision making that lines up much better because it's a very similar situation.
Right, exactly. But, with the angle of the ships, and it looks like they're all together, but I guess the idea is that they're much more spread out in space, and she had to do triage, and the issue was that her triage was not in the correct order.
Right.
We'll find out later.
Yeah. Well, here we go.
Impact confirmed. Interceptor 1 destroyed.
Yeah, this reminds me of that Superman scene where he's calling out the moves for Ultraman to fight. Like, by the time you get it out of your mouth, it's sort of a little bit silly, but.
Well,
which also made me wonder that thing that, okay, but if Interceptor 1 was destroyed, the order they gave them, but why is it then that Interceptor 3 was apparently the senior pilot? Because later on he says, as senior pilot, I'm thinking, but shouldn't that logically have been Interceptor 1 would have been the lead pilot? But
I can't help you there.
No, I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking. For example, you go back to Captain Scarlet. Destiny was always Angel 1, or the lead angel was always Angel 1. Things like this. But that's the
number 1. Well, anyway, here is the scene transition you're talking about. Basically, Alec was on Moonbase.
Confirmed. Interceptor 1 destroyed.
And then
why, Alec?
Or it's a jump, but there you hear Straker's voice. Why, Alec? So he's right back on Earth. So there we go. Now I am going to move the old slides back down below so that we can do slide number 2. Yes, I always announce what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Otherwise, our chat might get nervous.
Oh, no.
All right, so Alec's in Straker's office, and, Straker's saying, why? I know what happened, but I want to know why. And he doesn't really have much to say other than it's probably human error, but he can't be sure what it was. What decision was the error. And the UFO made it to Earth, and it's somewhere in Canada, North Canada. So
he also mentions it's the worst place possible, Canada.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's funny.
Well, maybe it's the cold. I don't know, or meaning that it'll be harder to find. It's vast, At least it's not in the Arctic, I guess that's better. But, all right, so we're launching some ships looking for it. And, of course, these, I forget, what are the names of these?
That's skydiver, which it's funny because it's part of a submarine and it says
Yeah.
skydiver. And when it splits off, the flying part says sky and the submarine part still says diver. I just thought it's kind of
Yeah,
clever.
that's kind of cute. Yeah, I think they were just calling it Sky One or something.
Well,
yeah,
but,
yeah.
The sub underwater.
Yeah, I was thinking. I don't think I've ever heard them refer to the skydivers, to the subs by number.
Well, these things.
When it takes off, it's Sky One, but it's never Sky. I don't think I've ever heard them say Skydiver One.
No, it's only skydiver when they're together.
Yeah. What I'm thinking is obviously, in fact, there's in the Big Finish actually did remakes of this. One of the things, the only reason I make it is part of that, they refer to there being at least 3 skydivers in production, and obviously it wouldn't need a one. So there's obviously more than one skydiver, but they're only ever referred to as skydiver. It's only when it takes off they bother to delineate the Sky One, and it's always Sky One anyway. I just thought that's a bit odd as the next signaler.
All right. Well, I think we'll just move on with our lives and
Yeah.
But still a cool scenario. I would like to see one of these land on the sub, kind of like back up into the sub to get right back on again. That would be nice.
I'm not sure. Do you ever see that, Esther? I can't remember. I've got a feeling you do at some point, but I can't remember.
Probably not. But anyway, this is a different satellite. Or is that Sid from another angle? I don't know. But they're basically trying to find the UFOs. So you got satellite dishes swirling around, all sorts of communications being beamed here and there, everywhere. We even have the Not Concorde going up. Is this one called Air One or something like that? I remember it had a name too.
If I remember, I think SHADO is is nothing to do with Australian YouTubers. I think SHADO, is they have an airline is part of the cover. I suspect.
Yeah, that's just normal SHADO transportation service. But he did say in the part before, he's like, everything that flies we have sent out. So
yeah,
it just did a little montage. And yay, that's Shane Rimmer, our captain from Carter from The Spy Who Loved Me. He was actually in Star Wars too, as well as Diamonds Are Forever.
What did he play in Star Wars? Was it?
He was an unnamed tech. Just one of the guys, I think, sitting at all the screens near the end.
Oh, okay. Went up with the Death Star.
That's what I was thinking. He was one of about 3.
He was on the Rebel screens. He was one of the good guys.
Oh, okay. There we go. We got Sky One flying over Canada. And the Air Force are out of their way, fortunately. And we're looking around. Just kind of look out that window, see if you find a UFO. Anyway.
Oh, look, there's a great big lake. I wonder if that's going to have any meaning later on.
Maybe.
Might as well have called it Lake Chekhov.
We have a dissolve to moon, to crescent moon, because we're going to be right back up there on that moon. And this is where they got word that, what's her name? Ellis. He's looking for her, but Lieutenant Ellis needs to go to Earth. And this lady remarks to the guy there that, yeah, she's going to be on the carpet. Not in that way, but in a different way. She's going to be on the carpet, on Straker's carpet.
I was going to say, you did specifically say on the carpet in Straker's office, which now you mention it. Now you say it that way.
Yeah, I don't think they use that expression very commonly now, but it used to be very common for getting in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have you on the carpet. And she looks sad. Poor Ellis. So anyway, he's talking to her there, trying to, I don't know, make her feel a little bit better. It's just like it could happen to any of us. I forget what he said, but you know.
Yeah, basically something like that.
But
Something like that. That's what we signed up for, something like that.
oh yeah, basically because she's also sad that she lost a pilot. That's the main reason why she's sad. And he's like, it could happen to any of us. We all signed up for it.
Yeah.
And
usually they love the chance to get out of the cooped moon base and take a few days on Earth. So.
Yeah, but this is for some psychological testing. So that's what.
Right. That's why I said usually. Like normally.
Yeah.
They love the little furlough because obviously it's quite cramped up there. So.
Well, but he also got Alex here to put his hands up. Okay, you want to find that UFO, so I'll get on it. You know, basically, Alec needs to head up the search for the UFO. He says you'll be out there by first light tomorrow. And that's when already Ellis and 2 others from the moon base are arriving. And there the 3 of them line up. One of them, I think, is called Waterman. And then there's Bradley and her. So they came in, and the first one they see is Straker, and Straker. Well, first thing that Bradley does is takes full responsibility, but Straker says, you know, that's out of order. It's brave, but it's out of order. You know, he's going to get to the bottom of it, and it pretty much fades from that. And yeah, that's where he says that's order, out of order, brave but out of order. And then Alex already on his mission. And what is he doing there? They're looking for it. Nope, not yet. We haven't found it yet. But we hope to. And there, I can see the number 3. Imagine that. This time I see it. So what are we going to play here? Something lovely, entertaining. Fortunately, I don't need to shift scenes anymore. I can just hide this, and we have our video player right here. Let's see.
We just get a green screen?
Is that what you see?
Yeah, like the pool table that Adam was talking about earlier.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Ah, let's try this. You mean before when I was playing videos, you didn't see anything either?
Nope.
Colin's having a hard time. It might have been a good idea to tell me that you didn't see anything.
Picture now, but it was green again. Well, it's hard to keep up with the chat. And,
Well, here we go. I was trying things differently, but it looks like I need to move the video up on top. Because now I'm put everything in one scene, and I'm just hiding things and putting things, but I guess when you have something hidden, maybe it blocks it. But I was seeing it, so I had no idea no one was seeing it.
Yeah, this happened on my first B5 stream when I mentioned you played a video and all I was seeing was blank. So I didn't think the video played properly. Now I have it opened in 2 computers and I can see it on the one.
Okay.
But I thought you knew that always happened, I guess. But it only occasionally happens, so.
That's great. That's great.
maybe time to stop giving these people money and move to OBS.
Oh, God, no. I use it for recording, but I can't do what you do during the day, even though I know I'm technically capable. It's just, no, that's just too much to worry about. But maybe StreamYard will have a Black Friday sale. We'll see what happens. But anyway, do people see this?
No. No, we don't.
What do you see?
Green. As Adam Gray said, a pool table.
What is the...
I have this
billiards,
on top.
billiards. Yes.
This is on top right now. And everything else is hidden. And it's just a green thing.
Yes, it's
Why
green.
am I seeing it?
I don't know.
Oh, for crying out loud. All right, let's go over here. Let's pop that up. So before, when I was playing videos, you weren't seeing anything either, right?
No.
Let's see. Here we go. I need to make this big. There's all sorts of noises going on, folks. Oh, boy. What a night. So do you see that?
I mean, it's the Phobos.
That's
You mean the
Phobos.
still image? I see the still image, yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud. That's Phobos?
Yes, that's.
I thought it was one of my videos.
Yeah.
Well, it's Colonel Foster, and I appreciate the compliment, though.
What the hell? Oh, it's this.
It's green.
It's green again?
Green. It's
Why
green.
the hell do I see it, but you guys don't?
I don't know.
Oh, I used to only see green on the backstage, but the YouTube side played fine. But now I'm seeing green on both.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we don't have videos tonight, people.
Well, look on the bright side. No copyright strikes.
You might get it for the sound.
Yeah. Well, what we see, all right, so, yeah, we're not giving up that easily.
Yeah.
So I just had to refresh my computer. Suddenly decided I didn't want to actually listen to EV Mux.
I don't want to listen to EV Mux either, to be honest with you. I'm pissed off with EV Mux. No wonder
Robot
Adam
says
switched.
it's green.
Yeah, all right.
I was,
So, folks,
I was going to say this.
what we had here. This video was the UFO coming out of the water, spinning around in it. You see the top of it, this conical shape, and it goes, and then it started coming out of the water and started zooming around, looking kind of like this. All right, that's what we missed.
And suddenly Sid can see, even though apparently I completely lost it in all the time it took between the destruction of Interceptor 1 until Eric got back to until what's his name got back to Earth, and then suddenly I can find it as soon as he's airborne again. It's the detection system works. I think when the story needs it again, doesn't it?
Maybe, but we don't know exactly what the. Well, they get it now. They detect it now. When it got past Interceptor 1, I don't know. They were able to track it a bit, but then I think the water was the key. Just go into the water and you get to hide a bit, and you can come out when you're ready. And so now the UFO's cruising around, and Sid catches it now. It's like, I see you. And
Well, he does mention in dialogue that there are a few radar blind spots that they were working on, and that area of Canada was one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, but of course, radio waves don't go through water as a general rule, so that does make it a perfect place to hide.
And the Aurora Borealis might have interfered a little bit there. You never know. Either that or who knows. But anyway, now it's time to go hunting for it. This is their chance to get one. And then, of course, Straker wants it alive. Because in episode 1, the very first episode, you see they were able to capture an alien, but it died in the hospital bed. They have some questions, and so they want to get one alive. They want to be able to interrogate it. And so it's a good continuation from episode 1, because now you get the feeling that you're seeing an extension of this search that they began in episode 1.
Yeah, except this is episode 21, so you don't really nobody got to get that feeling. And I'm curious as to what language he thought he would be interrogating the alien in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he only knows English, apparently.
You don't know him. He could know a lot of languages. What do you mean?
What, Straker?
Yeah, you don't know Straker, man. He might speak French and Italian too.
Oh, yeah.
But it's still going to be an Earth-based language, so that was sort of mine.
That that did occur to me. It's like this guy's not gonna understand him.
But
yes, you did mention it.
He does look like every other American tourist. Like he's yelling at the guy like he speaks English. Like, why are you here? He's speaking slowly and loud.
Yes, Flav, that is an awful top.
And if the guy speaks Scottish, no one will ever understand him.
You're making a mistake there, Flav, Lysa. You're missing the point of the top. It's a survival top. If you get stranded somewhere, they can use it to go fishing.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yeah.
that makes perfect sense. Yes. Alrighty.
It's literally a fishing top.
It is.
But somebody had to make this at some point.
Yeah.
That's Century 21 Designs. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Did they have a universal translator? Mike says they should use one.
Nope. They don't have one.
Nope, they didn't have one.
And
Sid
in Space
didn't have the
19,
processing power.
yeah, and in the follow-up, Space 1999, they just sort of ignored the idea, and all of a sudden, everyone spoke English.
Yeah.
Maybe they had interlac. I don't know.
It was Esperanto.
Oh.
Or it was the Predator movie Badlands Magic.
Oh,
It doesn't matter what you speak, everyone can hear what they want to hear.
Telepathy. Awesome.
Oh, telepathy. There we go.
Well,
It's just-
Skydiver's
Stargate-
about to separate again.
Stargate telepathic translation matrix.
I don't know when Sky 1 backed up on the diver, but at least one of them did at one point.
Yeah, Mike. Yeah, we definitely got your joke. No worries.
And we're launching it up. The UFO's out there. But at the same time, while they're hunting the UFO, other parts of the organization are doing some internal investigation. And this is psychoanalytic department. In other words, they're all going to do some Freudian stuff. Maybe if they're lucky, some Jung.
As opposed to the office, as opposed to the musical office next door, which is the psycho-operatic department. Sorry.
The music department. Well, yeah, they could use some cultural awareness, I guess.
That's what I want.
Perhaps.
So anyway, what's going on here? We got an office here where I think his name is actually Dr. Schradinger,
Ooh.
but he doesn't have a cat, or does he? But anyway, he's there to interview the subjects and try and find out what went wrong. Basically, he said, okay, Waterman, you get to stay. Waterman was just the third guy, the oddball out. He doesn't get in any trouble or anything. But Ellis and Bradley have to do some computer time. So they go in the next room there where the computers kind of like grill them and test their state, the state of their psyche and their, shall we say, maybe alertness and decision making and stuff. And, it looked like they didn't really want to do it, but they have to, You want to keep working for the organization, you got to. But then they call in Bradley, and to relax him a bit, he offers them a cigarette, and they all just start smoking, because that'll help you relax.
And then he says the most head-turning line in the whole show for a second. You're just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he said something like,
I never did like the blacks all that much.
What?
Yes, he did say something very much like that.
I missed that.
I did
Oh
never,
my god.
No, and you'll see it's a test. basically, he says that, and then he says, "You hear words like that on Moonbase Alpha?" And the guy says, "No, not at all." And then he said, "Well, you didn't seem bothered when I said it." And he said, "Well, I was just assuming you didn't mean it." And the guy's like, "Okay." It was a test, basically, to see. I don't know what. It's like if he would get offended or have a balanced disposition, but
Well, you could get offended and not
you would
give
be
the
justified
guy.
in being offended. But I guess the thing is, you're supposed to know better that this
Well, you can
organization
control.
doesn't think that way.
Well,
So if
you.
someone says that, it's like, a psychological
You
test. I
you
guess.
you also you also
Well, I
have,
mean, you could be offended and not react emotionally. But I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah. Can we please inform all the woke weirdos that we solved racism in the 70s so they don't have to go ballistic about a cotton plant and a hotel hall room, for fuck's sake?
well, because there was literally, I mean, there's discussions we've had. We had several sitcom shows over here which dealt with that, and in every single one, everybody complains about them. No one actually takes the time to notice that that in every single case, the racists were the butt of the joke, not the heroes. Okay, I step down off a step. I'll get down off a soapbox for that one.
Yeah, there's all sorts of misinterpretations of things out there that
Yeah.
the social engineers like to twist in order to create conflict.
Well,
It's all
about
if
about
you're-
getting
dividing
people to
conquer.
fight each other.
If you've decided ahead of time you're going to be offended, you'll always be able to find something. So,
Yeah.
but I'm just amazed. I've been watching a lot of 70s shows because there's nothing current really worth watching except for Landman. And I notice that you wouldn't even know, like there wasn't any, they were more diverse, but nobody felt the need to point it out. It was like everyone was doing their thing and nobody had a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, from what I hear, like I lived in the UK in the 80s and, they had, people of African descent there. And I like, is it like, they're like, no, it's not like it was in the US. But somehow in the past 5-10 years, the UK decided to import American racism because I guess the demand was exceeding the supply and they needed something to get
absolutely.
indignant about. And I'm just like, yeah,
Well,
whatever.
it's
the
a simple-
spider is all about divide and conquer.
Well, it's a simple answer. Well, there is a simple one simple thing. They got what they wanted. They won. The same with the sexuality thing, the sex and the sexual things, equality things. They basically got what they wanted. They basically, as you said, it's that we got over it, and then they suddenly found they got nothing to grift off of.
Yep. And nothing when your entire not only your personality, but when your life, your income, your profession involves grievance, you need you're not going to be happy being happy because
Well,
No,
they're not the core of it. The core of it is a concerted effort to get people fighting to maintain power.
The powers that be are going to continue to divide us into smaller and smaller and smaller groups until, some crisis happens and your neighbor would just be like a demon to you and you'd be a demon to them, and there will
you mean
be
like-
no one helping each other.
you mean like COVID?
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't do that right. Wasn't well hidden.
No, you're supposed to do it at the same time.
I know.
because the idea-
I
Shoot, though.
I tried and it didn't work. But my goodness gracious. But they're going to continue to divide.
Yeah.
They're going to find, a year from now, there's going to be another group of people come out with another problem that we would have never even dreamed of. I mean, is your toe longer, your big toe longer than all the rest of your toes? Oh my gosh, you have this deformity and you've been marginalized your whole life because of this and that, something is going to happen. They're just going to keep subdividing us into groups. So we're all fighting against each other so that they can come in and just totalitarian government. Hello. It's here.
I do want to point out that while you maybe didn't do it right, it was extremely adorable how you did do it. It's hard not to smile. Like, yes. Like,
thank you. Well,
yeah.
I hope Lawrence doesn't get demonetized after. Lawrence, you may have to cut that out because you're going to get in trouble.
It's going to be the rest of humanity versus streamers. They'd be like, oh, you stream on YouTube?
The Stream Cafe.
Oh
man.
All right, back to we have the UFO flying here.
It's flying here in the friendly skies, and they're having coffee. And
no, they're not actually. Remember, he's drinking. He's like,
it's
he poured
not
a drink, and he's like, I didn't think I'd see that. He's like, it's for you. I knew you were coming.
Well, I think that's a little bit later that he did that. Yeah, Straker, I did capture the screenshot of that. Straker doing a whiskey. I think at this point it's coffee.
And the beautiful machine he has that will deliver any beverage at the...
But not a proper cup of tea.
I've been told. I have no idea what that is. So
yeah, I think we're all told that. If we're not from the UK, we don't know what a proper cup of tea is.
I just want to point out, I just read a tweet about a show that was supposedly so groundbreaking because they were showing the reflection of some guy in a screen as if no one's ever done it before, and they're doing it right here. So
I couldn't even tell what this is. I see the green squares, and then it looks like somebody put spackling on the monitor.
Yeah, I'm still not sure.
What exactly is that?
That's Straker's reflection looking on the coastline of presumably Canada.
Oh, that's a coastline. Okay.
Yeah, I'm genuinely not sure. I'm sort of default brain says, okay, well the green's a land and the blue's sea, but it's far too close to detail too.
Well, in any case, we got our underwater boys looking at it too. They're going to come up with in their fishnet shirts, and the aliens will be so afraid. Okay, yeah, they're still tracking this thing. It's taken a while. No, actually, this goes pretty quick. It's just me that it's taking a while now. And okay, get in your tube, go out there and launch Sky 1, 2, 3, whichever number it is now. Get up there, and boom. Must be really strong jet fuel there to burn like that underwater. But it gets out there, and it comes right out of the sea, man. Leaves hardly a wake. And there we go. Sky 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whichever one is now flying away. And I think this is the time where everyone decided to take a pee break or something, because I feel like the only one here right now.
No, I was looking for the tweet for Scott. So.
Scott needed a tweet.
Oh, I just found it. I'm just going to post it in the chat. I told him to tweet me. No, about the guy thinking, the reflections in a screen. No one's ever thought of that before. Like,
no, I'm pretty sure that's been in plenty of movies before.
Yeah.
I actually come up with a really great idea. The idea that I'm sure it's never ever been tried anywhere at all.
Okay.
The girl who's the key to everything.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's never been tried.
Yeah, thank you.
The girl that's the key to everything. That would be Zendaya, right?
Well, neither that or what's her name, Lawrence.
Oh, Jenny.
Yeah.
Well, they feel they're getting closer. They launched basically everything they got going after it, and this guy's still interviewing. So now it's word association. So it's like mother, father, blah, 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 hope, fear. So doing all these word associations, some are opposite, but you'll find out later there's like ones that you're just supposed to answer. Like if he says cave and you say gerbil.
Man. Cave gerbil? What the dude? What the hell test are you taking? I'm like, black, white, wet, dry, cave, gerbil. What are you, Richard Gere? What the fuck, man?
Obviously, sorry, every Doctor Who knows that the correct answer is cave monster.
Ah, cave monster.
Yeah, better than gerbil. What
I was saying that as an example of an odd pick.
Liza, blink your eyes twice if you need help. Like,
I
we can't see your eyes, but
bamboo shoots, whatever. But Shadow has its things that you're supposed to say, and I guess gerbil would not be one of them.
When there was, I had to do similar tests back when I was just going to. Anyway, I was in the position and I was just pluralizing all of her words just to fuck with her because she would say car and I would say cars. And then she would say window and I would go windows. And it just, it was right. It was like, you ever hear voices? And I'm like, no, of course not. Except for the ones telling me to kill. Apparently, they do not appreciate that kind of humor when you're going in for a psychiatric evaluation. Yes.
Yeah.
Windows. I don't know. I'd probably say dust.
Windows is...
Yeah, Windows. Okay. Mac. I don't know.
Max.
But anyway.
Yeah.
So here we have, well, she's getting other things. 1C5 ?
How does this gauge anything, I wonder?
Well, that's a C is the third letter, A is the first letter, letter. She has to figure out the pattern.
Over E, that's the fifth letter.
So that'll be 7 on the bottom on the right side.
So they're testing her.
So the seventh letter would be on the bottom of the right side.
Reflexes.
No, the seventh letter would be on the top of the right side. The number 7 will be on the bottom.
Well, see, I just do it the opposite of everything that they're supposed to.
Yeah. Sorry. I think it's just it's a mental acuity test to make sure everything is functioning correctly and they're sharp.
Pattern recognition, I suppose, isn't it? Something like that.
Pattern recognition. And yeah, if I would have answered it, I would have been close, but not quite there. And they'd kick me out. They don't want people with, caves and gerbils and stuff. All right.
And I would have said, just the voices telling me to kill.
He's still looking for a UFO, and you really need to recognize your patterns for this. And getting it in his sights and so forth. And there he has a little bit of a slim missile.
Yeah, and he's got like 18 of them. So, like, why do the moon guys only have one really big one? It just doesn't make sense. You know what would make more sense? I know we're,
you know why all the women on the moon have got pink hair.
I know we're 55 years too late as far as them, but if they made the big missile on the Interceptor like one of the pods on Skydiver that had 9 missiles all around it, and then you could replace the pods quickly to get another 9, like when you were replacing the missile. So,
yeah.
Pod missiles.
Or they could use lasers, which are now, I hear they're in high fashion for science fiction. So.
But yeah, I was thinking Slim Missile, then King Missile, the band that did Detachable Penis.
Yeah,
I believe technically that when they're that small and they launch like that, they're rockets rather than missiles. I think, but I'm not sure.
I have no idea what you just said.
I think that when they're launched like that, they're rockets rather than missiles. I believe a missile has something weird. The description about size and descriptions that a missile has to be self-propelled or something, but that might just be me going back to my days of making airfix models and aircraft models, and they're called rocket pods.
That's a good question. Somebody can ask, maybe Liza can ask Gemini, what's the difference between a missile and a rocket?
I think that generally rockets are unguided and missiles are guided, but otherwise there's not really a lot of a difference.
But sounds pretty good.
But you just said King Missile, and that's Kramer Wright from Bongwater and Ann Magnuson. I loved Bongwater back in the day. They did the what is it? Modern Art and Pornography song, which is really, really good.
Yeah, something my cousin would play over the school radio station, get himself in trouble.
Oh yeah, that song would definitely get a lot of people in trouble. But you know, that avant-garde stuff from the 90s kind of.
Yeah.
So I forget who the members were at King Missile, but I remember the song Detachable Penis is pretty funny, man.
Yeah, it is a good one.
Yeah.
I think they were Philadelphia based. Well, but anyway.
Yeah, they were. Let's see. I think the label is this. Well, I'm trying to remember. There was a guy in there named Dog Bowl. And yeah, I don't know. I don't want to get too off topic here. So
yeah, cavernous gerbil. All right, we have our UFO puts out red dye in the air when it's hit, and they're like, "Uh-oh, all right, it's hit and it's red dyeing." So, what are we going to do?
Tempted to wonder, is that fuel or atmosphere?
And I just unboomered. The name is Obscene and Pornographic Art. So look up the song if you want a interesting. It's not a bad song. It's pretty funny.
Okay. And it's still doing it. But now they're like, all right, we hit it, but it's not going down yet. But oh yeah, we're back here. And what's going on? Well, these guys are talking with each other, and they think the doctor can't hear them, but he can.
Yeah. Another interesting little, tidbit about SHADO, which is pretty much someone's listening all the time kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. But he can hear them, and they think that he can't. But they didn't say anything that bad.
Thank you, Flav.
No, I think it's all in, setting up the characterization for the organization, which.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, sorry, you are in a psychological evaluation center, and the doctor's been probing for all sorts of things, and you think the doctor's not going to be listening on your private conversations?
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, how dumb are you?
Well, that's that water man. He's the oddball out.
The moment you open the door and step in, and oftentimes even before then, the test has already started. It's like a field sobriety test. That starts as soon as the siren and lights go on. You think it's when but no, they're testing everything about you from the moment that you interact with them. And that's one of the things, like your ability to follow instructions for the test is also part of the test, that kind of thing. Yeah. So, and I used to sign up because you get like $25 in college to volunteer for the, psych majors and the little experiments they want to run.
Oh, wow.
And so, you show up and it always isn't what they tell you because that's uncontrolled. They need to control for reactions. So it's always, they'll tell you what they're doing, but the real experiment is always something different.
Yeah, like the Milgram experiment.
That's the one I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Was it Milgram?
The Milgram experiment where basically they were testing whether people would follow orders even when they could hear intense suffering of someone being shocked because they were applying the shock treatment. Well, they thought they were. but really it was actors pretending like they
Yeah.
were being shocked, and it was, the
Yeah.
whole test was, do you follow authority to the extent that you would literally kill somebody?
Yeah, and then the big one, the Stanford prison experiment, which
Oh, yeah.
I hope they got paid more than $25 for that one, because
Yeah.
Well, I'm not sure that she's just getting questioned there and all that sort of stuff. And this thing's still putting out red dye. Bill Gates is going to be upset there. Oh, that's pretty much what he's doing, except it's clear dye.
red dye number 3.
Yeah. And let's see what's going on here. Yeah, they're looking. I don't know, looking at screens and stuff. It's
Same
going
section
down.
coast.
It's going down. It's going down, folks. So we got to track where it goes down to. Looks like it's going down to pretty much the same place it was hiding.
I'll pull a Mr. Brown. You said going down?
Coming out?
Had to,
Yeah.
What?
Well, it's funny.
What?
I sat there, I was watching that, and he said, I want to know exactly where it's landed. And my response was, it's landed in Black Park. It's always Black Park, because Black Park is where they film the outside shots for this.
Yeah.
It's about 10 miles up the road from me, at the risk of locating myself.
all right, there's get to the slide, because there's something about to happen that's hilarious. Is the oh no, not yet, but that's a good one too. Bourbon on tap, always good.
Aye.
See, the problem.
Coded as well.
See,
Well, this is where he is. It is his finger that goes up and selects the whiskey. And you remember from episode 1 that he doesn't drink.
Yeah.
But he's getting it, he says there, for Alec.
Yeah, this is entirely inappropriate. There should be no fewer than 2, possibly 5 whiskey buttons. Scotch whiskey, Irish whiskey. I guess bourbon is what they call American whiskey, but just whiskey, that's incredibly vague and improper.
How dare they?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a captain.
How dare you?
How dare they?
I would love to see Greta Thunberg get out on stage and demand they start labeling their whiskey properly.
Yep.
How dare you? How dare you?
No. Oh, I got it for you. Oh, no, not for me.
Man,
Well,
who
I guess
knows
they're-
what they put that poor girl through to...
Yeah, and I guess since she's driving around on a diesel boat for thousands of miles, I guess the climate turned out to be not quite as urgent as she thought. Huh?
Yeah.
No, but all those paintings in those galleries, man. Ugh. That Mona Lisa did a lot of harm.
Yeah, the glue you just put your hand to the freeway is made of oil.
And you realise the amount of damage it's going to actually do, potential environmental damage that's going to be done, actually removing the glue rather than just ripping your hand off it.
Yeah, they just want the attention. They don't really give a shit about what happens.
I thought the best one of those. Did you see? It was a couple of years ago now in Germany, I think it was in Germany, where some idiots glued themselves to the floor, or something in a museum or a gallery, and they just shut the gallery and left them in there overnight.
That's a good one.
The problem is there really is an environmental problem, but in the government, it's banned to talk about it and debate it. You know, let's talk about glyphosate. Let's talk about all the poisons and the GMOs, and that's where the environmental problem is. And they will not talk about it. They will not do anything about that.
Well, they don't worry about conservation of energy when it comes to the AI data centers.
No, not at all.
Because that's part of the control grid.
Well, it's also part of the control to reduce the population, you see.
It's also, drugs are fine as long as it's the pharmaceutical companies making them and the government taxing them. But as soon as drugs that we don't control, no, that's a big no-no.
And
Well,
we're going to hold we're going to hold our big annual conference on the environment and care for the environment. And
Yeah.
we're going to fly people in from across the world. And we're going to cut down acres of the Brazilian rainforest just to build a place for it to be.
Yeah. Although I do feel the need to make a quick PSA, crack really generally isn't that good for you. So there's probably a good reason that one is illegal.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, and as he's having a little bit of whiskey there, which is something in moderation, folks. What else? Oh, yeah, he's handing them the paperwork. So Alec gets the paperwork from the psychological results. And that's the end of this set of slides. And it sounds like Colin is making himself a cuppa.
Oh, I'm not sorry. Nope. I was actually eating cold sausage roll on cold mashed potato.
I thought he was unlocking his handcuffs. So hard to tell.
yeah.
He's getting out of the manacles.
Excuse me. I told you to stay there. I'll take your handcuffs off.
You really have to keep an eye on those medieval aficionados that like all the medieval stuff, man. You can't look away for a second.
Ay, pobrecito.
What?
That now Gretel will learn not to chain herself in Colin's house. All right. So
I'm speaking to you from my dungeon.
I'd love for her to glue her ass somewhere, like be left there for fucking ever.
I don't know. I think that girl is under some control of. She does not have a mind of her own. There's someone so young to be so militant. Something. She's being used. I feel sorry for her.
Oh yeah, her parents have completely manipulated her. But the thing is, they have another daughter who thinks she's like a rock star. They picked her because she already had some of the qualities that they needed. If you look at her baby pictures, she was already like a misery goblin. Even at 3 years old, she had that frown on her face. And now she's not a child, so she's not absolved of responsibility for her actions, regardless of how they tried to use and manipulate her. It just doesn't work like that.
I should start adding the term "everything else" to their titles for our episodes. UFO, computer affair, plus everything else.
Yeah.
Well, it's
fine.
The conversations are more interesting when we go off on tangents.
We can't just summarize this. I mean, I've done that before. It does get boring.
Yeah, but this is just a pretense for us, yapping for 3.5 hours.
Now, what's going on there? He's playing some of his records here, where he was asking Ellis questions, and his main problem was the proper response to black is white. But she said bird, blackbird.
They're both wrong. It's blacks.
I mean, dude, I can actually say, I mean, I would have thought that, you would expect, if you said that 95% of the time, you said black, most people would probably respond white. But I think the point was that she clearly.
Next time I'm going to go with the sort of superlative or
blacker.
Yeah, well, yes,
Bleak.
Blacker, blackest.
Bleak.
When I was watching this, I honestly didn't get the premise of the test. It's like, was she supposed to give an opposite? And what was they? I don't know. I've never participated in these.
They're trying to see how good you are at conformity think in word associations.
Okay, conformity think. Okay,
that's pretty much it.
But really, the point of the test is really, again, maybe a higher level of sophistication ideally would have been used. But they summarize it at the end, which is that these two people had an increased and abnormal emotional response under certain conditions, and the fact is that, we think they're banging.
Well, they could have just asked them.
They did. They said no.
Oh,
they did ask them?
I missed that.
Yeah, they asked him, but they didn't show them asking him, but they did show them denying. They said we asked them, and they both denied it, which was they were telling the truth. It turns out.
Oh,
They didn't show
okay.
the asking part, but again, the way the show's very efficient in how it piles information and delivers it to you. So
Mm.
This was 1970s British TV, so they probably couldn't go and say on supposedly kids or semi-kids TV, are you banging?
Are you
Nowadays, of
engaging
course,
in
this
the
is
hanky
BBC, so-
panky?
Yeah.
or they could deliver it for retarded American audience and says, our computer is saying you're having an affair. Computer affair. Get it? Like that's
Well, basically they're getting sat down there by Alec, and the results basically show heightened stress. I guess when she was told black because she was maybe having a bit of some hanky panky with Bradley. She's thinking bird, bird.
Well, she was thinking I'm only allowed to have supposed to have a one-word reply, not a two-word reply starting with
She was
big.
just making sure she didn't say snake
Yeah.
and all that sort of thing. And then when he was being asked, they didn't say what his problem was, just that, heightened stress levels, I guess. And the doctor, it's like before quizzing him, it's like, you want a cigarette? Here you go. It's like a great way to increase the blood pressure.
well, it's not just stress. He mentioned, like, I think they used the term emotionality or some weird word.
Yeah, especially with her. They said that, okay, she's acquitted of having any issues with the evasion or the evacuation or whatever it was, evasive maneuvers. So they said unless, because the report actually said that, unless it was emotionally driven. It's like, what? Either you did the right move or the wrong move. The why isn't the important thing. Oh, were there emotions involved?
You're human.
Are there emotions involved
Of
in being
course there
upset
are
that one of the
emotions
interceptors was destroyed? Are you more concerned about the vessel or the person operating it?
Well, I think the implication was strong emotions in favor of a particular thing, not that she was emotional at all. But I mean, basically, they were saying, "Did you get the other guy killed because you didn't want to kill the guy you're sleeping with?" That's really what they're saying.
Well, did one of them have to be killed?
Well, we'll find that out later.
Oh, okay. Well, Alec is just like, well, we'll just see what happens here. We'll let this thing work out of its own accord. And they're just like, huh? How's that going to be? But basically, he doesn't really want to take any action on it yet. Well, although he's about to, because now they need to find this alien because they shot down the UFO, and Alec's going to be in charge. And much to Straker's chagrin, he's going to utilize the two people that have been investigated.
It's such a massively urgent search. It's so massively urgent that they find this UFO that they're going to fly Freeman and the team out there rather than presumably have. I mean, it was supposed to be an international organisation.
They should call the Mounties. Don't they have anyone in the Mounties?
Yeah. Well, I think they already found it. Right now, they need to. Seize it and capture the. Didn't they already actually locate the position at this point? Now they're sending in retrieval team. So
yeah, I think they got the general level, but not the exact location. But yeah, basically yes.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Well,
and he did mention that you're going back to duty, but Ellis, we're gonna change your posting. So she's not happy that
she's Earthside. They're basically gonna keep her on Earth. Bradley gets to go back to Moonbase, but now Alex throwing a wrench in that. He's basically gonna keep them both and test them out on this mission. I guess is what he's doing.
Yeah, it's a fine line between getting to go back to Moonbase and having to go to Moonbase. It really is a sort of presumably, and you definitely learn this later on. All of the SHADO postings, they rotate people. Like you can't stay on the moon for too long anyway. So
something occurred to me earlier on. I thought that they some I think it was you, Mister, mentioned about a break from the moon is that something that would have been interesting perhaps to bring in as an extra scientific bit was they have to rotate out because the moon is 1/6 gravity.
Yeah, for
And
muscle atrophy.
For muscular atrophy.
yeah, their bones will turn into crackers if they stay up there too long too. It's the muscle density can come back, but the bone density doesn't. So
that's the sort of thing that might be.
Yeah, you'll turn into Samuel Jackson from Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Oh, that's not fun.
Oh man. Well, yeah.
All right, this is the one. Do you have a shot of the mobile from the front where you could see the puppet heads?
Oh, I noticed that. Yes.
Yep. This is pure. Like, I definitely think they reuse some of the faces from Thunderbirds because they just have little guys and
head shrinkers.
Have you got a shot later on where Alec is looking at the map?
Yes.
Because there was something about that, and I don't know, because I'm not sure if...
Well, as soon as I saw that map, I was like, I bet Colin likes this map.
No, it's not. It's not that. I mean, it's not. It's just that I didn't know. I'm not sure because I've the copy that I was looking at was 1080p, but I think it might be upmastered, and it looked a bit odd. But it looked to me as if those Alec's hands on the map were actually plastic hands. In an absolute reversal of what they used to do with the puppets, when the puppets would be lost, but we had close-ups of hands, they'd normally be real hands. And it looks, but I don't know if it might just have been my copy of the upgrade or something. So I'm wondering if it actually got still a that.
Well, I have the Blu-ray. It didn't look like plastic hands to me.
Okay,
so.
yeah, I mean,
it must be your it must be your dodgy BitTorrent copy of UFO.
Well, mine comes straight from YouTube.
Or
please,
did you buy it off the street in a DVD case with magic marker by a guy having a blanket over his legs?
No, but it looked odd. But then again, when I actually saw the first bits of the ones that Lawrence has got, they didn't look that different. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's just that's how it
actually. I'm looking at the case and it says UOF.
Oops. Typo.
Do you see heads? Do you see silhouette of heads occasionally, like passing by on the bottom of your screen by any chance? And does the entire thing shift a little bit to the left or right every now and then?
A silhouette of heads at the bottom of the screen, and one of them's named Adam, one's named Babs, one's named Smilex.
I was going to say, is there an ad for a casino zigzagging all around your picture while you're watching this?
Let's see. We've been onto this super secret organization, so let's put the name all over our vehicles.
Yeah.
Very good observation. Yeah.
Oh, but what a vehicle!
That's like I'm a secret agent, and my name's James Bond from Her Majesty's Secret Service. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's not his real name. Real name is probably Carlos Winters.
Scott, you're killing me. From the Turkish market, you say?
Well, there she is. Now Alec's going to be watching her decisions. So just like there was 3 interceptors, we now have 3 land. What do you call those? Land Rovers.
And in fact,
they're called mobile units.
Mobile units.
Yes. No, mobile, not mobile. Mobile.
Mobile.
In exactly the same location, but exactly the same position on the radar screen that the interceptors will, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's almost as if they've reused the same shot or something.
Yeah, listen, I waited 30 years for this show to come out on DVD. I pre-ordered it 6 months in advance from Amazon. It finally got here, and then a few years later, they come out with the Blu-ray, and I'm like, I have to get it, whatever. But, I've got an 8-track tape of Led Zeppelin 4. I've got a cassette of Zeppelin. I've got a couple of albums.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I've got a super audio CD and then a DVD, SACD, as those are really good. But yeah, you just got to figure you're gonna have to buy the new format as something you really like. You're gonna buy it 10 times over in the course of your lifetime.
Yeah, I had like all the Pink Floyd tapes at least by that time, and then I got them on CD little by little.
On Babylon 5. I've got about 3.5 seasons of Babylon 5 on tape. I gradually picked up.
Yeah.
Then I've got the whole series on DVD.
Yeah, I got them on DVD. So
yeah,
I'm not upgrading from that though. I'm fine with the DVDs.
I'm still having I still have a tiny little 8-track collection, a box with about 4 or 5 8-tracks that I still have. But the thing is, when it's a good DVD master, it looks almost as good as the HD Blu-ray. Like it has more to do with the mastering than the final resolution of the picture. So,
yeah, and I think it probably partly depends on what you're showing it on as well, I would suspect.
What's the ones there that Scott put up?
That's ones for Gay Ellis. That's appreciation for the shot that you paused on.
Oh, okay. Well,
this is another bit I was thinking, but hold on a second. Why is she repeating to him exactly what she's just heard when he could have heard it as well?
It's coming through the earpiece.
No, what she was saying at this point was, all right, what order should I put them in or whatever? And he's like, follow standard procedures, whoever's in the best position.
He's a little snippy about it too. I would have been like, okay, boomer. Like,
Boomer.
He was a little out of character, and I think that's on purpose. So it kind of shows that, he's waiting to see what she's going to do here. It's a real exercise, but it's also a test. Mm-hmm. It's the efficiency of SHADO to take multiple advantages of any given situation.
That's why.
So this one is Bradley's group. He's there with a trio.
Yeah, and that guy,
Sam and George,
and that guy in the back, that's the real David McCullum, not the pilot guy. So
yeah.
I did find it a little interesting, but I figure that the everyone in SHADO is multidisciplinarily trained. The term they wear a lot of different hats. Because normally I wouldn't think you send your best pilots out on a hand-to-hand combat mission.
Well, especially in a truck.
Well, I guess
pilots.
He's a good truck driver. Yeah. Well, and then he's actually going out as an infantry guy, or special ops. But I guess it's just one of those situations where everyone in SHADO has to be able to do multiple special.
Well, everybody's got to be able to walk on the ground and beat things up and shoot things and stuff like that.
I had the same thoughts and situation with Space Above and Beyond. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate that it's based on the U.S. Marines and the U.S. Marine ethics as their soldiers first. But I'm thinking, you've got your top flight pilots, and every other week you're sending them on infantry missions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I did have that.
I don't know. I never did it. I was not in the Marines, believe it or not. Oh boy! Well, there's the UFO hiding out there in the. It looks like a tent, man. It's like people are camping out there.
When you say hiding, you mean this big line orange, this big line bronze tent type thing, hiding in the middle of nowhere.
Well, listen, as a pilot myself, I can say they are the ultimate prima donnas of the military. They don't even want to walk anywhere where they might get their shoes dirty. So,
anyone that can fly that fast and not lose their lunch is my respect. Yeah. But anyway, SHADO 1, SHADO 2, SHADO 3. Those are the coordinates, and she's got to pick one of those 3 to go first. Oh, I think this is where he's like, what do you want now? And it's like, yeah, to follow procedure. And here's the map. And looks kind of like a golf course.
Yeah, you see, now that's the thing. It
looks exactly like a golf course, actually.
And that's the shot I was thinking of. To me, that's it looks. I say it might just be the actual shot itself, but there was something about those that looked like they were plastic like they were plastic hands or something.
His
And I think,
hands?
yeah,
what-
I think it might just be that particular shot and the position they're in. But
when's the last time you went to the optometrist there, Archer?
oddly enough, no, I said. I mean, I think it might literally just be that shot, literally the position, particularly the one at the top, looks very much like.
I don't see on set where they say, can you get the mannequin hands? We need to put them on this map here.
No, but this was the weird thing. I said this is what struck me when I saw it. I thought there's no reason it should be, but the old bit being the reverse. I said, I mean, if this was Thunderbirds or Captain Scarlet, when you see the close up, they would be real hands. So it's literally the reverse of that.
Aren't these real hands?
Yeah, I think they almost certainly. They probably are. They look
like that. Archer's had a little too much whiskey tonight, and then hit the. What I find most funny about this is that they made a half-assed attempt to make it a topographical map, but not really in a sense where it would be useful enough to somebody. So there's just a few elevation lines drawing, but not really.
Yeah, and I can't find where Mirkwood is.
Nope.
I can't find where the Misty Mountains are.
I can't find where he would know that they are on a ridge or below a ridge line, and that's why I say, but
the other thing to check is, does Alec, is he left-handed in other scenes?
Yeah. I literally just noticed that myself.
Because here, it looks like he would be left-handed.
Bring it back a sec. Can you bring it back a sec?
Yeah.
It's not reversed because the numbers are the right way around.
Yeah, I think most people would like you to stay on the Gabriella Drake picture. Only the weirdo wants to look at these hands.
I had a feeling that
go back to the booth.
You can go right there. You definitely go back to Gabriella Drake anytime you like.
Well, dead center, that is the lava lake there in Minecraft.
Yeah. So okay, you can linger on this one a while if
but
you.
Unfortunately, it's a little too high of a angle. But in any case, I think right about now, Alex probably like, "What do you want now?"
You want me to hold your hand? And, like,
God, woman, you're supposed to be in charge of Moonbase. Can you not make any decisions of your own?
Listen, I get what they're doing here, but even though, because it could be that the mobile that is farther away is in a better position to approach, so they're just using their proximity from the target. Even though they're in real life, there'd be a lot more factors. But again, I can forgive the medium and their restraints. What they're trying to do is show that she can make decisions given with the information that she has.
But she is probably realizing she's kind of on probation, and maybe that's why she wants to make sure she gets it right.
Yeah, her competence is never again brought into question for the entire show. So,
well, if this really was episode 21, it was in broadcast order, but if it really was episode 21, there wouldn't be long to go for the end anyway.
But in this case, she doesn't make the right decision, but she made the decision to make a point. That's the thing.
Well, we'll find that out. And here we go. Here comes the, what would you call this? The canary in the coal mine team.
I'd say that was the low rent version of Kurt Russell there on the right.
On the right, and
it's budget TV Kurt Russell.
It's red. It's Red's team
with the Dr. Weirdo in the back. So
and on the left that would have been Harrison Ford's stunt double.
Yeah, he does look like somebody, but I can't place it.
Yeah, I know. It's
definitely the guy on the right reminds me very slightly of Charles Bronson.
No, that's a poor man's Ted Danson right there. That's what that is. Look at that. Yeah, it's like without the forehead. Yeah. That's what Ted Danson would look like with a normal head. Yep.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, anyway, We're rolling. What's happening now?
Fine.
And then they're looking at the screen together, and she calls out the three that we saw there. Ted Danson's going to lead the way, and they're going to just roll right up to it, folks. And
Oops.
and the UFO's got a beam of power, and of course, at first it hit a tree. Poor tree knocks down the tree, and then these guys are like, "Oh man, it's got a cannon on it." So they radio it in, and they're told, "All right, work your way out of there up towards the ridge line or something like that." So they're basically turning to get out of there, and it's not the stealthiest of vehicles.
You don't do a 3-point turn in a tank. You just throw it in reverse. So if they had just backed the way they came, they wouldn't have gotten blowed up.
What I thought they were doing at first.
Yeah, no, he's doing like the granny 5-point turn. Maybe he's like backing it up, turn beep, beep, beep.
Oh yeah,
beep.
and that's what happens when you do that. They got splattergasted, and uh-oh, Alex concerned, and that's why she didn't send Bradley, folks. And that's what I was thinking at this point. Maybe she was thinking favoritism.
No, she's gonna send his ass now, though.
Yeah. And then, there's the remainders. They weren't able to make contact, so they said, okay, we got to consider 3 to be dead. So take it off the screen. And they did. And so there's 1 and 2 left. What does Swappers have to say there?
He says, for years I even saw an episode of the show. I thought I can't pronounce his name. Straker.
Well,
Straker.
he's spelling it wrong, so of course he thought it was pronounced streaker, because if you spelled it with a diphthong, it would be streaker, but he's not spelling it right. So.
Okay.
It's
and
STRA.
The rest of the sentence would be what?
It's STRAKER, Straker. He's spelling it like Caesar, the AE vowel diphthong. Straker. And plus, he's British, so I don't even know what they sound like.
No, well, he probably puts a U at the end, too. Straker.
And then he puts a bra on it, because it's Swappers.
Okay. I thought...
No.
Ed,
we don't add letters. We just leave letters in that you guys decide to take out.
Lawrence, when he pronounces it, it sounds like Lando Malari.
What? Pronounce what?
This man's name.
I just say Straker.
No, the way you said it before.
Straker.
Strakers.
Commander Straker.
How dare you, idiot.
Now that's a crossover I'd like to see.
Yeah.
UFO Babylon 5.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Miss Ellis. I've been having a problem in my quarters.
No, that would be Jakar.
Oh, yeah.
No,
with his
Lando.
pink undies.
Lando would do that. Yeah, he would. Jakar, yeah. Yeah, Jakar would be much less creepy.
Yeah. So the point is that 2's a lot closer, but she's going to send 1 to show that she's not afraid to kill the black guy. Pretty much.
I guess. Or she wanted to show that our decisions are better than computers, is what she says later. But he's like, huh? And so he's giving her the look like, uh-oh, you're going with a decision? And there we go. We can see that Bradley gets the call. So now these guys are smarter. Well, they actually got told to do this. It's like, all right, pull up a little bit there and then go out on foot. You can spread out a bit. It'll be harder to take you all down with one beam then. And now he's using his right hand with the pen. Or no, that's the microphone. I guess you could use your odd hand to use a microphone.
Yeah.
Whatever. We're analyzing it now. And here we go. Here's the front picture. I don't see the shrunken heads dangling from the.
There's something about that. I don't know what it is. That says to me that's clearly a model.
The stuff on the hood?
No, I think it's there's something about the whole thing. I think it's. I can't put my word on it, but there's something that says that's much more likely to be modelled than a full size vehicle. I think something with the lights reflecting off it or something, but maybe like the.
I feel the same way about the forest, Colin. Yeah, it's obviously a model. And and I can't put my finger on and describe why it looks like a model, but it does. And
I think part of it is that having made many models in my lifetime, there's bits in there that you would expect that on a real vehicle would actually not be molded in because it's a model. They're molded in.
That's what I meant by the hood. Those
yeah.
things.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, that's right. You guys call it a bonnet, right?
Yeah. Oh no, I what I meant. Yeah. We call it bonnet, but hoods and something.
Yeah.
Do you know? I've just actually bloody realised they're both types of headwear. I must have realised that before.
That is true.
Bonnet and hood.
Both a hood and a bonnet are headwear. Yes. Okay. Well, we are moving on, and now Straker really wants this alien. He hasn't gotten one yet, and so he's monitoring the whole thing, so he knows the terrible two are out there. And Bradley gets the call. He's got his binoculars, cool looking ones.
I don't think they know there's two of them. I think because of the way they react when the second one turns up, I think they only think there's one alien there because they're surprised when the second one turns up.
No, I meant the terrible two, as in Ellis and Bradley.
Oh, Ellis and Bradley. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Because I'm sure that Straker has it on his mind, and so he's there with the binoculars. But that's two. They turn out to be two, Mork and Mindy. So he's
the last one they captured was flying a solo. So, or I can't remember. Was one occupant already dead when they found the ship? I mean.
I don't remember. I don't think so.
No, I don't remember either.
I don't think it was like Roswell.
What you mean when there was three Ferengi?
Oh yeah, the Ferengi. Do you remember the first Ferengi episode in Star Trek: The Next Generation?
Yeah, they were nothing like.
They were like a dance troupe.
Early installment weirdness, man. They were
doing some sort of like arm motions and stuff, and
no, they were talking just like Gavin Newsom talks.
Although I do believe wasn't Armin Shimmerman in that episode? Then he came back as Quark.
Yes, he was in the first episode of Ferengis, but of course he was a minor part. He was just one of the dancers there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bad. Yeah. They were like singing and dancing. But anyway, here we are. They're crouching, and they're about to go after this UFO full of dangerous beings. And Bradley's the leader. He's motioning where the guys should go in position, basically spread out. And they're hiding in the ferns and creeping up on it. And there we go. Wow. That's one cool looking alien motorcyclist right there.
Yep.
But anyway, he's got like a gun. He's got like an AK-47. He shoots and stuff, and then Blondie shoots back at him and hits him in the eyes, I guess.
The faceplate, and remember, he's still breathing liquid at this point. So when he punctures the helmet or cracks the helmet, he can't breathe because all the liquid comes out, and then they
crack the helmet. All right, and so he goes down. So Mork down, only Mindy to go, and Bradley's taking us circuitous route around because they got shot at after they didn't think there was going to be two. And basically, that guy's got a blowtorch or something. But no, it's a weapon.
That's a real early Comic-Con cosplay version of a weapon there, but we get the drift.
Yeah, but they're firing at him, and these guys are creeping around. But the other guys are basically playing decoy. They're firing their weapons, and while they're firing, making that noise, Bradley is walking up behind the target there. So basically, like there, he fires a shot, and then
what's Rowan Atkinson doing in this show?
Blackadder.
Yeah, look, go back that slide, or don't go back. It's like that's Blackadder right there, man.
I was thinking,
look at the ears.
Yeah, I was thinking a bit like an actor called, from the 60s and 70s called Rodney Bewes, but yeah, I can see what you say. Definitely
the holes in the tree. That's the holy tree.
Yeah.
And there we go. He's taking their cover, and you can kind of just barely see him in the back there. He's a fair distance away.
Yeah.
And but then you hear the guns fire, and he works his way up. And now he's much closer now, hiding behind a tree there, and then alien gets jumped from behind, and gun goes off, but it was a good clean tackle. No 15-yard penalty there.
Yeah, when I'm rewatching the show, I almost always fast forward through the action parts because that's not really where the story's happening.
Yeah, and
it's
can't
just
really
like
see what's going on too much anyway.
So I do end up on rewatch skipping a lot of the I get when it came out, man, and it was like one to watch it and see it's cool, but when rewatching, man, I blow through this kind of
stuff. You already know what happens, but you want to get story. But I did like that at least. They could have just had shots going off anywhere, but you saw Bradley creeping up behind him.
Oh yeah, and then the UFO self-destructs, and
oh yeah, which I did have a video of, but we can't play it because it'll just be green.
Well, they certainly need to explain the humans not getting their hands on faster than light technology during the run of this episode. So,
the other thing interesting occurred to me that is so you're shooting in the direction of the bad guy, while your own man you're shooting in the direction of and deliberately missing, while your own man is creeping up behind the bad guy in the general direction in which you're shooting to miss.
Well, the idea is they know they're setting up so they stay away from the crossfire because they know what's going on.
Yeah.
But as usual, it's a story. And obviously, you have to have a certain level of...
They can at least make sure they miss in the right direction.
Yeah.
And, but anyway, it's starting to steam. It's getting steamy. And that's where I would normally play. I think I had a video here, but nope. We don't anymore because that doesn't work. Thank you.
You did have one with number 4, I think. But
all right.
Yeah, I did wonder why it suddenly turned to ash and dust all over the place after the explosion. But
well, maybe at least more red dye didn't come out.
Yeah.
I love the Air Force Base sign. It looks like a Denny's.
It looks like a place where Spinal Tap would play.
Or church, come next Sunday when you see our sermon, UFOs are bad. Like,
all right. Well, anyway,
now we get to the good stuff.
Well, the mobiles come back. The 2 remaining ones come back, and then she gets to talk to Bradley, and she says, "You know what I did, didn't you? I sent you out there because I wanted to prove." And he basically answers it for her. You wanted to prove we are better than the computers. Something like that. And she's like, yeah.
Well, that's not really what they're saying, though. That's actually not at all what they're saying.
I remember her saying that.
No, she's saying the computer said that I didn't have the balls to send you out to be killed. And I sent you out to be killed to prove a point. I'm that's
Not exactly great decision making.
Well,
yeah,
she
yeah,
she
and
didn't
yet
say the word kill or anything like that, but she's like,
no, she said harm's
you
way.
weren't. She said you weren't in the right position to be sent, but I sent you anyway. And he said because you wanted to prove that the computers were wrong.
She said I put you in harm's way. Yeah, but they weren't wrong. They were wrong about for a particular reason, and that she wasn't willing to send him out into danger. It's not like they were wrong because it's a very specific thing. So you can't say with leaving out the context that the computer thinks that they're having an affair, you lose the entire point of the story, which is that she didn't have the balls to send him out to die.
Well, all right, we'll go with you on that, but I do have to say one thing. It was Feanor that gave Melkor the name Morgoth.
You had to bring that back.
Yeah, because we were watching it, and it's like the Silmarillion stuff, and I remember what you said. It's like, no, I knew it was the elves that did it, but it was Feanor in particular who named Melkor Morgoth.
Which isn't much of a upgrade, you know. Like, yeah, but I had said like you knew he's going to be bad. How? Because he's named Melkor. Like,
but if you take Melkor, because if you take the name Melkor
Okay,
as you know, referencing Latin or Greek, it means a honey melody or sweet melody, like Lucifer. He's supposed to be the brightest angel with, you know, the prettiest melody.
yeah, well, Melkor was definitely a Lucifer parallel.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just a happy coincidence that that name in English already sounds evil as hell. You know?
I wonder who Harrington is.
He's
No, it's-
Harlington.
Yeah, you
Harlow.
meet him. He's the other owner of the studio. I think he pops up in an episode.
He's,
Okay.
I think is he not the one that was in the car with Straker when they were attacked? I thought that was the same guy.
No, because Harlington is like a real studio guy, and when they were attacked, he was in the Air Force.
So
That guy died.
So
Oh,
Harlington
you're thinking
thinks-
General Henderson, not Harlington.
Oh right, yes.
Well,
So yes, Henderson. yes,
Harlington, now, does he think it's really a film studio? Well, I'm sure it is. It
He would have to
does
be a.
function on the surface as a film studio, but
Yeah.
he doesn't know what's going on underground.
Well, I think he'd have to be an idiot not to, but I never thought about it much more. I figure he owned the studio, and then the government said, "Hey, you got a new partner, and this is why." I don't think they ever really got into it that deeply.
We'll overlook the taxes you didn't report.
Yeah.
All right, and then here we go. They got their alien. They got him.
And I just love how they managed to like fit in. Again, this has to be the second episode, or it doesn't all make sense. You know, like again, they're learning more about the aliens. They managed to fit this scene in a story about something completely different, but they're advancing their knowledge about the aliens while at the same time, you know, learning about we get to learn about how SHADO works and operates. So like, I just think if this popped up as episode 21, you lose so much of what's going on here.
But basically, they're still in that thing where they're investigating these aliens. They now have an idea why they're coming there, because they want human organs, but they have some questions, and they haven't been able to have one survive in captivity yet. And so they're pumping some oxygen in there. And there's something about them reverting to their real age at a certain point or something like that. I forget exactly how that works, but when the liquid environment is taken away, like they begin aging again or something.
Yeah, I think it's exposure to. I think he said it's exposure to Earth's atmosphere that makes them regain their actual age or something like that.
Yeah, well, the first one wasn't able to breathe at all, but they managed to transition this guy back to air.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
Somehow.
making some small steps, and this guy really wants to not interview him, interrogate him now. And the doctor's like, well, I guess now's as good a time as any. And then, yeah, we do have a clip here, but can't play it. It'll just be green.
Yeah, as it turned out, it wasn't really as good a time unless your goal was to kill the guy. So,
Yeah.
Well, that might have just happened at any point in time anyway.
yeah.
Yeah, the doctors just seem to be spectating. Well, that's Alec there in a mask, and we see a heartbeat, things look pretty good, and then Straker's just like, we've got lots of questions. You got to answer them.
You have got to answer. Do you understand what I am saying? Where is the currency exchange?
Oh gosh.
Can you tell us how to get to the museum?
Oh gosh. And this guy's running the program and giving other people a hard time. Goodness. Hey, who watches the Watcher? Who gives the Straker a hard time when he kills this guy?
You see plenty of them. There's an entire council and a general on top of them, and they are often at odds regarding budget and tactics and everything. Plenty of people watch this guy.
So that's yet to come in our viewing experience.
Ooh, okay.
Not to your earlier question, Lawrence, I've just looked down the humongously long list on IMDb, and I can't actually see anybody playing Harlington.
Oh, okay. You could just text search for that, right?
Yeah. No, I just been writing down just to see if you did. But you literally got it down as it literally goes down to like studio crew uncredited, moon-based operative uncredited.
Well, unfortunately, I'm only accepting metaphorical answers tonight, not literal ones. So you're shit out of luck.
Although interestingly, 4 episodes, an uncredited appearance by the lady that will become Mrs. Michael Caine. Michael Caine's missus was in this.
Was her name Candy?
No, Shakira Caine.
Oh.
And yes, I do get the joke, but no, I knew I'd seen someone. I'd think because somebody else was talking about Michael Caine. I'm thinking I knew something about. So his wife was in something uncredited.
Shakira, wow.
Yeah.
Shakira before Shakira.
Oh, apparently Harlington is a reference to the area in West Texas, West
Essex,
where the studio is.
West Essex.
No, West Wessex. West. It's spelled with a W. It's WESSCX, and it turns out to be
red-nosed reindeer.
It's impossible to say, apparently.
It's Wessex. Essex is east.
Yes.
Wessex is
West and Wessex. Yes.
Yeah, that's a bit of a tongue. Yeah.
That's quite
Wessex
a tongue twister there.
Yeah, Wessex is one of those things on hierarchy, but
oh man. Well, what's
Wessex
going
is where
on here?
Came from.
Oh, the anodyne. At least that's what they called it. There's some new anodynes to try, and this one's a truth serum. And he does a little scary stuff where he kind of drops the thing, and the subject wakes up a bit, and he's like, "Oh, you heard that?" So,
Well, yeah, I'm sure he could hear, but he's not gonna stand you. Yeah.
He's like, "We're going to give you truth serum, so that you'll definitely have to answer our questions."
So you can truthfully say you don't understand what we're saying.
But it was pretty soon after the truth serum that the guy just goes, "Wah!"
Yeah, apparently they have the same bad dentists on the aliens planet that they do in England, because you see all of the guy's fillings in there when he screams.
Hey.
It's very primitive dental work there.
I don't know that we have such great ones here either.
Well, certainly
pain technician.
possible. Yeah. I'm just saying the guy's cavities all over the place.
Yeah.
Back in the 70s, it was probably possible to actually get an appointment with a dentist.
Ooh.
Well, in this case, he won't need to see the dentist anymore. They put the sheet over his head because he is expired, and Alec kind of takes his mask off, and you get a feeling that Alec's not too happy.
He's an ex-alien. He has ceased to be.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's
Pushing up daisies and
so again, man, I probably end up bringing this up every time because didn't a couple people in the chat mention how much they didn't like Stryker?
Yeah.
Yes.
But the thing is, when the show premiered, nobody liked Stryker, but by the time the show ended, he was a fan favorite because he had a genuine arc. He went from being sort of coldly logical and ruthless to the point where you get to see his past. And then you understand that they put the tragic events of the character in a new light. And you sort of realize that this man was broken long before the attack and his appointment to the head of SHADO. And so if you watch them in order, you get to see the whole arc. If you watch them out of order.
Well, what do you mean by order?
The production order, because he's just apparently schizophrenically all over the place as a character. But if you play them in the order they were written and made, then he has a journey back to humanity, and then you get to see all of the events from his past
that made him time in a Centauri prison as well.
No, but he starts to open up and become more human and more of the focus of the episodes, and you realize that he's kind of a tragic, lonely figure. And he was damaged long before the events of the episode where he really has something horrible happen. Yeah, and you finally, then you understand what, you see that his cold, heartless exterior, there's a reason for that and what happened. And then he gets sort of, you see how the responsibility is positioned. He's sort of a man of interesting contradictions. It's getting like brain not working good as normal supposed to, but
we're just about done. So, okay, the whole thing is,
it's definitely a study of the loneliness of command and the.
I would say you're not supposed to like him here, but he gets a chance to revisit his humanity as the show progresses. And you get to see why he lost it in the first place. And by the time the show ended, he was the most popular character on the show.
So they showed us his past and we have to excuse his bad behavior, or does he actually have an arc?
No. He has an arc. He begins to rediscover his humanity. Okay. You're not excusing his behavior, but he's not acting like that anymore. He's basically a man put in an impossible position.
Changes.
Yes.
Okay, that's what's important. I like that.
Yeah, he even has a girlfriend for a couple episodes. So.
Oh.
Was she in a cryogenic freeze?
No, I don't want to give too much away, but a lot of stuff happened. They talk about some of it. They have some flashbacks. You get to see his ex-wife and what happened there, and. It's one of those things that, again, you watch the show out of order, you don't get to see any of this. Well, I feel like a broken record there, but out of production order.
Right.
Okay. All right. So I'll have to
it's a must.
Look that up. And then now Alec is handing in his papers. He wants to resign.
Yeah, I would too.
They have a little, he's like, it's not just the computers. You become too reliant on them. I think he said it was more than one thing. It's not just the computers. It's like you're becoming like a computer yourself. I think was basically the way he said it in not so many words. But then he's like, we've been together a long time, Alec. And Alec is like, maybe too long. But they kind of cut away from it for a bit to show you over here. at the what'd you call this? The Shadow Cafe. And there,
Shadow
Bradley's
Cafe.
having a drink. I think it's a 1984, meaning it's a wine from the future.
Yep.
Ooh.
And he's like saying, "I wonder at that time, will the computers rule the world?" And she's like, "Well, you can ask the computers now to see." Like, you can ask the computers and have them predict. Will you basically conquer the world and rule over us? But anyway, yeah, I think she looks good without the bangs.
Yeah, the irony is the computer thought they were dating, seeing each other. As it turns out, it knew before they did, and that's so a computer affair, a computer affair, a computer affair, 3 different ways. So, the
Three-way.
yeah, well, the show. Oh, thank you, Mr. Brown. So here's the thing: at no point in time was the computer actually wrong, but it still required a human interpretation of its answers, as opposed to you think it could be the other way around. But yeah, they were dating, just not yet.
Yeah,
But that's not how that's not how and why their decisions were made. So in the end, everybody's cleared.
her handing him the helmet was more of just like feelings she was starting to have before she knew it.
Yeah, well, she might not have even thought about it, but she's probably, you'll see that was what she was standing next to. So if it was somebody else's, she probably would have, you get closed in the confined space of the moon base. You said it felt a lot more informal there. But yeah, she liked the guy. She just never even realized herself that she did, and he liked her. So
yeah, and there we go. Computers. Great way to fall in love. But anyway, here they just leave it as, well, I'll sleep on it. So Alec is going to sleep on it. He may be staying. He may be going. I think it's more of a decision of the Andersons, right?
yeah, so we're at a little bit of a disadvantage here because when we look at these computers, we sort of subconsciously think very simple, early computers that aren't capable of much. But when this show came out, man, that was state of the art stuff. They were damn near magical in their abilities. So when you see a computer, you have to realize, yeah, this thing is practically capable of predicting the future.
Yeah,
it's as advanced as you can possibly be. So
yeah, it was the hope at the time.
Yeah,
and he hands him something here, and I swore that I would remember it, but I remember. Basically, he got second results, and it looked like the second results had shown that if Ellis had followed the evasive maneuvers by the book or by the computer, all of the interceptor pilots would have been killed, not just one.
Yep.
And so he hands him those results. Well, no, that's a phone. They had small phones then. They had cell phones.
That's them calling to announce they are officially dating.
Oh, okay.
They're phoning it in.
Yeah, and the cafe said, I guess I need to make that call then. And he's calling Shadow to say, yeah, there wasn't anything going on, but there is now. Thank you.
And Alec just ignores it.
Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight.
And at the same time, the computer results vindicated her decision because she didn't kill one of them. She saved 2 of them.
Yeah. Yep. It still needed a second pass to look at the information.
So,
yeah.
But still needed to be asked the right questions.
So it's trust yourself, trust Ellis.
Yes.
I knew it. I know. Yeah.
It's pretty much trust Ellis. Ellis is always right. Ellis is God.
Yeah. Yes. Yay, human intuition.
I'm hoping as it goes forward, they do develop her character more.
She doesn't stay long enough to. She's only in 8
Oh
episodes.
no!
10 extra.
Really?
So in
Oh.
broadcast order, it's like, oh, she's back again.
Yeah, she's not there, then she's there, then she's not there. But as I said, this is part of Straker's arc, where his second in command almost resigned because he's such a dick, and he ends up, there's several episodes. Like, I mean, I can give you a list of the ones that really focus on him and show his changes, but we'll get through them as we watch them in proper production order.
Oh, well. So, man, what are they doing? Did they just randomly throw out stuff when they were just broadcasting?
The idea was that since the show is episodic, it really doesn't matter what episode they're in, but that's
wrong.
That's not true for anything. Look at even stupid shows like Friends. People start dating, they break up, they have, like even Magnum PI, man, you have to watch those in orders because stuff's happening,
Yeah.
I mean, did it cost them extra to play things in order? Why didn't they?
I have no idea where those decisions came from. It shouldn't have, since clearly the ones that were made first are already in the can. I have no idea.
What did they think? It was the Love Boat?
Now that one you could probably watch out of order. Yeah,
that's what I mean. Love
also,
Boat, Fantasy Island.
I never realized how the cruise director, she's kind of hot. No. At the time, I just remember thinking short hair is not doing her any favors. But now when I look back on it, I was like, wow. When you see her in other shows, like she was in an episode of Vegas, it's like, man, she's a knockout.
Well, she's Stubing's daughter.
She is?
Well, in the show.
Oh,
wasn't that Stubing's daughter?
I never watched the show enough to know, but
I'm just going on memories from childhood. I think we saw one episode like a few years ago with, when we were discovering all the old stuff on YouTube, and we saw one episode.
Oh.
And it had that lady from The Sound of Music in it.
I just remember for a couple years, everybody would say, and this is Julie, your cruise director.
Oh, man.
Whenever they were, whenever somebody was in charge of the event.
Yeah. Well, next time on Earworms, it's episode 1 of MASH. No, just kidding, folks.
A quick Google says, no, Julie was not Stubing's daughter. That role was played by Vicky, who was portrayed by actress Jill Whelan.
All right, I put 2 characters together.
Yeah, because it was just one episode she shows up in. Okay.
All righty. So then, what do we have here?
Pretty
next week. I think next week we got to do it. Genesis of the Daleks.
There we go.
Damn, I'm gonna have to do homework again. What is you really give me some difficult homework to do, mate.
There's an interesting thing about going back and watching old TV shows. You can't do it without a computer open to IMDb, because every 5 minutes you're like, I know. Wait, who the fuck is? I know. I recognize that, and then got to find out all the shows they're on, and then the next 5 minutes later, it's like, who's that? I know that person, and it's really cool when you see somebody who like was super famous, but it was the role beforehand, like Samuel Jackson playing the junkie in Sea of Love. It was like, what is he's just like a junkie on the street that gets arrested by Al Pacino. So.
Well, I don't know if we're going to be able to do the whole episode in 1 week. I have a feeling I will not.
No, those are 4 and 5 hour storylines.
Wait. How come there's only 2 of us on screen here?
I ain't in charge of that stuff. That's you.
Yeah, I know, but
there we go.
Yeah, those are 4 and 5 hour storylines, so we can't even get through an hour in under 3 hours. So you were not doing Genesis of the
Daleks, the mini series.
Yeah, you'll have so many slides, you'll have to move homes to fit your slides in. So
okay.
We got to do the summary approach, Lauren. Summarize and then pick the best.
I'm basically gonna I'm going to follow my instincts, but rather than just trying to get everything, I'm just going to, anything that calls to me. But I know as soon as I see some of the old, like Doctor Who, you know,
Oh, so
tech props and stuff they made, it's like, oh, that's beautiful. Oh,
so
that's beautiful.
which is gonna be the longest series of streams? Us doing Genesis of the Daleks or Brune doing Jaws?
Well, the thing is, at least it's British television, so it's only 25 frames a second instead of 30. So at most, you'll only have, 100,000 slides as you capture every single frame of the show versus, 6% more, 7% more if it was NTSC US television.
Well,
that's good to know.
And it is Sarah Jane Smith, not
Exactly.
Leela or Romana. Either
Which
one.
reminds me, on a slightly serious note there, this afternoon the rabbi was doing part one. It was done. Basically, he was showing clips from Doctor Who, and I think 3 or 4 times his stream got interrupted and taken down. So you could, with BBC stuff, you're going to have to be. If you do have,
doesn't
clips,
look like I can play clips anyway, man.
No, I was going to say, but if that gets sorted, you might have to make sure the clips are very short, or you pause, play a lot, because the BBC do seem to be.
Yeah, I do keep them really short anymore.
Yeah,
it's like
Genesis
5 seconds
was one of the ones
tops.
you were showing clips from. So yeah.
Yeah, 5 seconds tops, but I don't know if I could even risk it. I got to really look into this.
Yeah, maybe just go through slides real fast, like a flip book.
Yeah. Well, Friday's coming, and so I guess I'm going to check StreamYard. If they get a deal, I might go with them because they have their own problems, but
they all have problems.
At least if someone comes on, like somebody wants to jump on during one of these streams, I can have them come on, and the screen adjusts. I can play slides in a flexible mode. It's like just so much easier.
Well, I've seen people do StreamYards, Stream Elements, and Stream Labs, and they're all complaining about something. So I don't think there's one that solves everybody's problems.
No, I guess not. But
I mean, I've done StreamYards more than anything else, I think.
But I have experience with StreamYard, and I do remember kind of like some of the difficulties I had, and it'd be worth a try, I think, if they give me a deal. I can't do the 45 a month.
Well, now that I've seen a bunch of the back ends, they're all clearly based on these same open source engines, so it's not. So I think everybody's going to eventually have the same problems. I haven't seen any streamer that takes like a unique approach. They're all using the same fundamental parts.
Well, I don't know what's wrong with the videos because I was seeing them, so it couldn't have been like a codec thing necessarily because I was able to see them, but you guys were seeing green, and so was the broadcast.
Yeah.
So
well, it could have been a codec over IP, which it wouldn't have to do for but it'd have to do for everybody else's. So
pudding pops. It might actually be a non-EV Mux thing because I don't know if I installed all the multimedia codecs on the system since I redid it. I reinstalled the operating system, everything from scratch. I don't know if I redid it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so let's call it a night and get our crew to bed here. And so thank you for joining us, folks. It's been a really lovely time. And we will see you next week with Genesis of the Daleks, Tom Baker, classic Doctor Who, and some very pivotal moments that changed the history of the universe.
All right.
So, and we thank our soldier, our real trooper there, Scott, in the chat for being moderator, and Flav has stayed with us this whole time. It's amazing.
Yes.
You guys are greatly appreciated. And,
Eat my shorts.
Thanks for joining us. And this is what Flav has to say.
And finally, here are some completely gratuitous pictures of penises to annoy the censors and to hopefully spark some sort of controversy, which it seems the only way these days to get the jaded, video-sated public off their fucking arses and back in the sodding cinema.
All right, so I'm going to take us off the stage here. And away we go. Good night.